Fox, you come crazy, brother. Big drills.
Yeah. It's only reach. Yeah. All that down. Come on. Real shit, don't know what's up to these niggas. You know what you know, I don't fuck with you niggas. Gotta keep clapping to everybody there on they side. We ain't collecting enough from them niggas. Niggas be constantly selling them hoes for low. I ain't finna go out getting jiggy. No competition. I know I'm the best on the road. Now it's time that I stop you niggas. Yeah, we killed a bunch of them niggas. The wife and me, and we touching on niggas. Too many hoes, my messages. I won't text. I don't feel like fucking them bitches. Low to half the block got switched. The other side got the main eyes with 6. Roll the fattest bitch up. I'm too many millers to scrap up drilling. Did me too much on my feet, I was getting shit sweeped on, rap out killing. Red run wants to get with him, I'm heavy on standing on business, you heard me clearly. Up the contact heavy and reaping them ready. And do strand puffing them niggas. Comparing me to a nigga too stuck in the streets, I can never be none of them niggas. But our boys chase shit down, running and holding my breath, trying to clap and get wild. All hot shit never mouth. Vessel ain't trying for real when it's been a little while. I put them niggas in style, using my name for a clout, they trying to get around. My newest office fans, hey, what a nigga can't click, so they try to tear down. They saw contact, my real beef go beyond that. My favorite artist got wild. Niggas kept telling me I'd be dead in a week, been some months and I made it around. Okay, fuck everybody who clown me, I'm way rich, so now who clown? This inside my account for my children. Play, I'm burn up the town. I'll fuck with a ton, I'm big time spanking the odds, gotta get this belt. Driving this hood 200, I keep on flushing, baby, I'm trying to kill myself. I did this shit on my own, with no help alone, I ain't gotta pay nobody else. We put the sun on the nigga from 2 feet back when he felt that he had the milk. I don't really care what they said, I know what he did, I promise you they need help. I put a bitch on the market, the fucking my cupping up hoes, so I put on the shelf. Fucking her friends that hated the shit that I did, make her wanna kill herself. And then that troll be fed, but my op did, you bad, contrived yourself. You wanna come get a little nigga? I never push scotch my pistol. I never fuck hoes out liquor. I'm definitely bending shit over on sprinters. I tell cuz to chill, he just wanna kill. Say he tryna blind a nigga. Not yet, I'm still on paper, we chillin'. Let me get back to my hood and chill. I see a nigga I don't like, he know it's on site. I give a hand raise with it. They do the job, I don't ask them. They know I love them, for them forever, stay with me. Security got his 50, a bulletproof vest and a bulletproof black truck, nigga. No way, and hella small, I can feel it. I get that 20 inside me, itchin'. Real shit, don't know what's up to these niggas. You know what you know, I don't fuck with you niggas. Gotta keep clapping to everybody there on they side. We ain't collecting enough of them niggas. Niggas be constantly sending them hoes for the low. I ain't finna go out getting jiggy. No competition. I know I'm the best on the road. Now it's time that I stop them niggas. Yeah, we killed a bunch of them niggas. The wife and me, and we touching on niggas. Too many hoes, my messages. I won't text. I don't feel like fucking them bitches. Load half the block. Got the other side got the main eyes with 6. Roll the fattest bitch up. I'm choking. Too many millers to scrap up driller.
Take the keyboard, hey.
Nigga. Yeah. Heads up, bitch. I'm about my motherfucking bread, I need the whole loaf. Boy, that boy an animal, he's a whole loaf, nigga. I be making plays, I look like a head coach. I need to rent a car and a trap phone, and I'm ready to go. I'm screaming, fuck 12, we don't fuck with pigs, nigga. I be running routes, Stephon Diggs, nigga. You ain't talking money, gon' clear, nigga. You ain't got no motion, I don't wanna hear, nigga. Young nigga, dogging on fuck niggas, I'm like Mike. I can get some, yeah, and it's for the right price. Yeah, bad red bitch with me, she look like Ice Spice. Come here, baby. Diamonds on me, hit like fight night. Come here, baby, we having. I'm his chrome with laughing. Yeah, addicted to the traffic. Yeah, that fuck nigga snapping. I came from traffic. Flip phone slapping. Low scales and baggage. Fuck nigga be spazzing. Cap one time, you done for. Pockets be on jumbo. I'm smoking on slap wood full of gumbo. Wrist look like a saint, baby. Bitch, I'm up in rank, baby. Chain hit like tank, baby. Feel like I robbed the bank, baby. Cap one time, you done for. Pockets be on jumbo. I'm smoking on slap wood full of gumbo. Wrist look like a saint, baby. Bitch, I'm up in rank, baby. Chain hit like tank, baby. Feel like I robbed the bank, baby. I'm about my motherfucking bread, I need the whole loaf. Boy, that boy an animal, he's a whole goat. I be making plays, I look like a head coach. I need to rent a car and a trap phone, and I'm ready to go. I'm screaming, fuck 12, we don't fuck with pigs, nigga. I be running routes, Stephon Diggs, nigga. You ain't talking money, gon' clear, nigga. You ain't got no motion, I don't wanna hear, nigga. Pussy.
Jump out.
I told dude to walk inside this bitch with his chain showing. Anybody reach for this shit, man, they getting flamed on. Wah da 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 da. Bro put the flame to him. He dropped his fries, couldn't get it out, and bro let it rain on him. Fro left his door unlocked, bro walked down like he was Dame on him. And murder look, catch Vic's up close, don't know if his aim on point. We caught a Vic, then another Vic, now might be game point. Go with a switch and job poking shit, and I'm screaming free to point.
That's that Mick button. Booga dropped his nugget. Sonny lost his fucking big brother. He still ain't do nothing. Nephew took off running in the park. We almost dropped the bucket. It's belt the ass to every block. Tell him call my bluff. Then I can really pop it, nigga. Cause we dropping niggas. Just like Curizzi grave site, I couldn't find the nigga. A couple niggas died from my side, so we reminded niggas. Bumped on the 9 so many times, they think the lion did it. I just fucked a big booty bitch, I'm out Cali with it. If Jay was in my shoes, 9 out of 10, he would've probably did it.
Jump out.
I told dude to walk inside this bitch with his chain showing. Anybody reach for this shit, man, they getting flamed on. Wah da 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 da. Bro put the flame to him. He dropped his fries, couldn't get it out, and bro let it rain on him. Fro left his door unlocked, bro walked down like he was Dame on him. And murder look, catch Vic's up close, don't know if his aim on point. We caught a Vic, then another Vic, now might be game point. Go with a switch and job poking shit, and I'm screaming free to point.
That's that Mick button. Booga dropped his nugget. Sonny lost his fucking big brother. He still ain't do nothing. Nephew took off running in the park. We almost dropped the bucket. It's belt the ass to every block. Tell him call my bluff. Then I can really pop it, nigga. Cause we dropping niggas. Just like Curizzi grave site, I couldn't find the nigga. A couple niggas died from my side, so we reminded niggas. Bumped on the 9 so many times, they think the lion did.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We got the fellas coming in here shortly. I need everybody to hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel, man. We got another one for you guys. Shout out to everybody that purchased and supported the pay-per-view. We do appreciate that. Shout out to you guys. We're gonna keep cooking. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that is rocking now. We're gonna continue to get it in. So shout out to everybody that's really in the building, rocking out with the young guys. We do appreciate that. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We got some heat. We got some heat. So before we let these brothers on, I want to let them come on. Shout out to the brothers in the building. Shout out to the brothers in the building. Let's get it.
He's out here in the park. Once again, thank you very much, lady. I appreciate it.
All right.
Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Hey yo, these apples think they it, but they not. Every time I look around, they be on TikTok. Every time I look around, they saying something pseudo. Knowing it's a lie, acting like it's really true though. Harriet Tubman's real, Nat Turner is a hero. I'ma keep it a buck, Dan Calloway's a weirdo. I'ma keep it a buck, Carinio is too. The research lie, he could never tell the truth. That coward A1, he's a miss no more. Just give me a shot, I can miss no more. Just give me the rock, it's a must. I score. These apples need to see a doctor, it's for sure. Hey, Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian. Grandma said, I'm not an African. Grandma said, I'm an Indian.
Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. We been here, lived here, open borders, got deported, fought for rights. Kidnapped, bitch slapped, blacked out, covered up, washed white. Drugged up, slugged up, beat bread, left for dead, fuck your life. It's all a plan, kill your man, take your land, slave your kids, rape your wife. Why y'all look so mad if all this shit I say is true? Why y'all look so mad if all this shit happened to you? White man quick to tell you was a slave, nothing before. But he himself only been free since 1840. On recording, I'm an ancient Egyptian from Atlantis, head straight for Canada, that's Israel. Nothing fake about me, no capping, rapping. I just fed the ink and I'm digital. No caveman, I'm original. Kentucky fried, extra Christian. Wear a lot of gold, cause my family history. I'm the guy to know, I bring death to history. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. Swear we gon' die.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Drop them fire emojis. We got the brothers in the building with us right now, man. We got Trufu, we got YK in the building, man. How y'all fellas feeling? Can you fellas hear me?
Hey, hold up.
Mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hold up.
Can y'all get on camera? Y'all gonna get on camera?
Yeah, all right, cool. What it do, AP? What it do, chat? What's up, YK? How you doing?
YK, are you gonna be on camera as well? That'll be perfect for this debate. Perfect. Setting the standards. We're setting standards over here. Shout out to YK. Okay, perfect. Your camera look good this time. You muted though. You muted, gang.
Yo, that wasn't my intro, brother.
Oh, my bad. No, that wasn't your intro. No, my bad. Let me get you right. Hold on. You might put in a private chat for me?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
My bad. I don't know if y'all know, but my phone has been broke. Like my personal phone, that you normally text, it's been broke for like 2 days. So a lot of motherfuckers probably been trying to get a contact with me. I will get y'all my phone will be fixed Monday. Shit. All right, man. Hit that like button, man. We in here. Trufu, talk your shit, man. What's up, man?
I'm about to cook this nigga, man.
Man, what it do, AP? Peace to my opponent, YK the Truth.
Peace, Truth. What's
good?
Hey,
I just want to lay it out on the line, bro. I understand. At the end of the day, this is a debate. All right, cool. We're gonna present our sources. We're gonna present our evidence and all that stuff, right? Ain't no disrespect to you. Ain't no disrespect to me. I already understand the game. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, I'm still gonna have my viewpoint. You still gonna have your viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna try my best to prove to the people that we are the descendants of the Aboriginals, not the Mongoloids, but the Aboriginals who are already here, who are labeled as Negroid. And you're gonna do your best to do what you can. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. It's all game. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Hey, and Truthful, if you got an intro song that you want particularly, go ahead and put that in the back.
Man, play that Trez 3 stack. Man, it's good to be Aborigine, bro.
I got you, gang. I got you. Let's get right into it. Y'all show some love to these brothers in the building, man. They came here to perform for a little minute, man. Let's get right into it, man. We got YK officially in the building, man. Let's put him on the screen. Let's go.
Please don't be biased.
He turned up. Let's go, YK. Turn up.
I know you're biased. So what? I'm about to put another apple in a box. Just watch. They gon' have to go and call the cops. You say you Aboriginal, but it's cap. Yeah, it's cap. What would you do without BAP? Not a damn thing. You say you want smoke, kid, go. Take a hit of this dro. This nigga Trufu, he want next. He want what? So I gotta hit the nigga with the tech. Don't blame me, nigga, blame grandma. She said you wasn't, but she was damn wrong. When everybody know you came from Africa. You wanna be an abo, I'ma laugh at you. Cause at the end of the day, there's no proof. So you gotta take a L from YK the Truth. Hold this L. Now go to hell. Hold this L. as hell, hold as hell, hold as hell. Now go to hell, go to hell, go to hell, go to hell. I'm about to hold as hell, hold as hell,
Yeah.
hold as hell, go to hell.
All right, let's go. Shout to YK in the building.
Put another apple in the box. Just watch. They gonna have to go and
YK in the building. Oh, you want to play the whole thing? My bad.
Hell
My
yeah,
bad.
man. Keep going, man.
You
You say you Aboriginal, but it's cat. Turn that up, man. What would you do without that? Not a damn thing. You say you want smoke, here it go. Take a hit and it go. Now this nigga Trufu, he want that. He want what? So I got
a little delay. It's a little delay in your rhymes from the broad.
My bad. I'm about to put an apple in the box. Somebody gonna have to call a cop. Somebody gonna have to call a cop. You say you an Aboriginal, it's cat. It's cat. What would you do without that? Big bat. Yeah, you say you want smoke. Here it go. Come and take another hit. It's Joe. Now this nigga Trufu, he want next. He want what? So I gotta hit the nigga with the tech. So I gotta hit the nigga with the tech. Shoulda gave me my fucking respect, nigga. Bias. When I come through, I'm handing out L's. Please don't be biased. Call that apple when I send him to hell. I know you're biased. It's why I came to the motherfucking truth. But please don't be biased. And you know I'm back in the booth. Please don't be biased. It's why I came to the motherfucking truth. I know you're biased.
Shout out to motherfucking YK in the building, man. Turn up, man. What's the
man,
word?
hold up, bro. I ain't gonna
what's
lie,
good?
Bro.
Hold on. Truthful, me
My
talk my
bad.
shit. Don't be biased, man. It's my mic check. Am I still lagging, bro? My fault about that.
You good.
My fault. Yeah.
No,
Man.
it's just the sound from the audio to where
And
it shit is off. You ain't hearing it in real time, is what I'm saying.
Right. That's my fault. That's my fault to the audience who had to suffer through the delay. But it's gonna be a hell of a debate. And I'm about to put another abo in the box. Real talk, man. Let's go, man. Let's get it.
Oh man.
Hey man.
Oh man. Before we get to Trufu, man, shout to Trufu in the building. Y'all know the vibes. We got one of the guys in the building. Let's go. Turn up, Trufu. Let's go. Making this thing gonna be Aboriginal Power debate, ladies.
A lot of y'all pseudoscientists, you be fried as hell. Your granddaddy did it, then you did it, you can ride in there. I don't know who with me or against me, it be hard to tell. Chaos energy, I'm heated, it get hot as hell. Man, it feel good to be Aboriginal. 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 Everybody tribe up, had to be major. Yeah, I got my melanin. Guilty without no evidence. All natural, you know me. Jury, it's on me. Swagger, you matter. That's making me chase a fatter. Michael Jackson, but I'm better. Fuck all lives matter. All my teachers, all non-ether powers, I ain't got all mine either. I don't need a preacher, I just go within. We don't need a leader, no, we gonna win. I see apples with the win again. Tell a friend, we going in. All skin still ain't kin. Y'all heard the tribunal? They sweat us dead like funerals. Winning record like 2-0. Fly a lot like UFO. Joe Biden, you a hoe. You a hoe and you not original. We ain't going nowhere, you pitiful. We keep coming right back, residual. We over here lit, you know fuck about who you with. We just correcting our status and shit. What do you know about your citizenship? What do you know about your status and shit? I hate sophistics like shit. Whole system ain't shit. Do something about this shit. You ain't gotta say it something like a king. This is what I seen when I had a dream. Should've had a scene, do the right thing. Carbon-based being, let freedom. I don't want 40 acres, I got 40 haters. Saving myself, I don't need no savior. Say what you want, just save it for later. I don't wanna save, I'm no lifesaver. I don't even know you, stranger danger. If you gon' smoke, I'm no park ranger. Not the online type, do me that favor. Everybody tribe up, had to be major. Reach G, don't play with me, I don't got patience. I need some gases that only see agents. Beta is your fragrance, I come from the ancients. All this division is lame shit. I was telling my knee G the same shit. Get you something to play with. Real Indians ain't it. My files be flagrant. A lot of y'all pseudoscientists, you be fried as hell. Your granddaddy did it, then you did it, you can ride in here. I don't know who with me or against me, it be hard to tell. Chaos energy, I'm heated, it get hot as hell. Man, it feel good park ranger. It is what it is. Let's get it.
Shout out, man. Peace and love to everybody that's in the building, man. Hit that like button, man. We're here. Oh, man, we got a nice, small, compact crowd, but we got a few in here. That's all that matters. Appreciate to everybody that supported the debate league. Hopefully these brothers come to put on the show what you guys came to see. I know Trufu been putting it in. Wake been putting it in. He's seasoned it in. This is Trufu's debut in the debate, really in this type of format. We've seen him engage on several different engagements and panels. We looking forward to seeing the young guy get in the ring. Hold on. Do I got some coins?
Man, you ain't got a quarter. Come on now, AP.
We got the copper colored for the copper colored brother. You know what I'm saying? It ain't official till we like
Tails don't fail. I'm already calling it. Tails don't fail, bro.
All right, y'all ready?
You got it.
Tails? You got tails?
Tails don't fail.
It's heads.
It's on me, right?
You get to pick who you want.
Let Trufu go first.
All right, man. Trufu, you start this thing off proper, bro. Shout out to my brother Trufu, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. We'll be right back in 60 seconds. Hit that like button. Let's get it.
See my life has been in motion.
My bad. While I'm doing this 60 seconds, Trufu, you get ready to get your screen up. You got a 5-minute introductions. These are 10-minute rounds, family. These are 10-minute rounds, 5-minute rebuttal, 5-minute introduction. All right. The rebuttal comes at the end of each round. So at the end of
AP, on my bad. Yo, you ain't hit Trufu up, man, about them 15-minute rounds?
Say what?
Remember, I hit you up. So we
I still ain't got Trufu number. I have not chopped it up with Trufu.
I got too much for 10 minutes, bro.
Oh shit.
Well, it's 15 minutes technically. If you use your,
it's gonna feel like I'm rushing through my work, brother. Like I be wanting to take my time so it could flow, and it just don't feel like that, bro. It don't hit the same.
We can do. Well, it's up to Truthful if you want to do 15 minutes. But
at least 5 minutes and 15 minutes. Like 5-minute rebuttal, 15 minutes, because I got too much for 10 minutes.
You know what? That's fine. Because honestly, I don't even have 15 minutes worth of information, but you got it, YK. Shoot.
I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, no problem, dog. You know, because me personally, I'm short and sweet, bro. I'll bring this shit straight to the punch. So if you want to do 15 minutes,
just to make it fair, YK, we'll give a 2-minute grace period to each round if you need it. They're standard at 10, but if you need it, you can take the extra 2 minutes. Just let it be known that you're taking your grace time for each round. You get 3 times to take a 2-minute grace period for each round. Okay.
All right, man.
They'll give you a total of 17 minutes total going in. That's with your 5-minute rebuttal, and if you use your 5-minute introduction, you know what I'm saying. You got 23 minutes.
I'm fine with that.
All right, cool.
All right, so let's get right into it. Get you 60 seconds. Get your screen. Get ready to get pulled up. Truthful. We're looking forward to see what you got going on. We're right back. 60 motherfucking seconds, man. We right back.
See my life has been in motion. I'm a little windy. I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back. Got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am. Yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. Is that feeling in your stomach? You can feel it coming. Is that feeling in your stomach? You can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. Fake love, it's fake you in your face, love.
Welcome to the Bat League. This is Big Aboriginal Power Debate League, where all knowledge is being tested. Calling out all Aboriginals, calling out all Pan-Africans, all Hebrews, all Moors, all Indians. Come step in the ring and put your information on the table. Bat League.
Bug the fuck up. What are Aborigines at up in here, man? Do your homework on AP. Ask him where the Aborigines at, bro. Do his deal. Y'all know my song. Turn me up.
Welcome to the Bat League. This is Big Aboriginal Power Debate League.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Trufu, it's on you. You got a 5-minute introduction. 10-minute round. Let's get it. Let's go.
My man, I was muted that whole time. My bad. All right, cool, man. So what I'm getting at when we talk about the so-called "we been here," right, and how African Americans who were misnomered by the Europeans have been here is a whole historical event. Because when you look at the history of the 1600s, maybe even before that, 1492, 1500s, and all that stuff, you see imageries and portrayals of so-called Negroes as the face of America, as seen on my presentation right here. All right, and so when I go to the next slide, right, it says the topic of debate: are the original inhabitants of America misnomered Black or African Americans? And I stand on the yes point because through copious amounts of research and scrutinization, I've concluded that majority of Black/African American people are indeed Aboriginal inheritance to Americas. Given that every other group of people who came to the land are immigrants with an E, meaning these people have fled their homelands to settle permanently in another land, right? Those people cannot be Aboriginal because you cannot be Aboriginal to two places. How can an African be Aboriginal to Africa and America at the same time? It just doesn't make sense. Africans are immigrants as long as questionably colonists, and Europeans are definitely colonists. The reason why I label Africans as colonists is because of the fact that they resided in the colonies of the Europeans during the 13 colonies of America. We can't debate that. They use slave work, right? They use Africans for slave work in the 13 colonies to pick cotton and do all these vegetations and all these things, right? So my next slide, it's very simple. This is a map by Matthias Suetzer, right? And the map portrays the Americans right here and up here as well. And I've translated it from Latin to English, right? Novus orbis sive America medianas et separatinales, sua regna provincia et insulas esci observetines, et description es recentis devisas, et adorn net cura, et opera metsueta. And, that's who basically made the map. And the translation literally means the New World of America, the southern and northern regions, according to the kingdoms, the province and the adjacent islands, observations and descriptions recently divided and decorated, and the works of Matthias Suetzer, the person who made the map. Now, a good question to ask is, if America is home to the Native Americans who we perceive as these so-called Siberian people, why are they putting Negro Americans as the face of this map? Next slide. The top version, I'm not going to read all that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want me to, I could. But the top translation literally means not by reason of creation, but by title of discovery, meaning they discovered these people here in the Americas, these so-called brownish, black-looking people in the Americas, North and South, may I remind you, right? Interior islands, aka the so-called West Indies, would be the so-called Gulf of Mexico, Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, all of these places current day, right? Interior islands, 1492 by Christopher Columbus. Gemini first discovered his footsteps at 1497, followed by America Vespucci Florentius, and entered the interior of the continent, meaning Christopher Columbus did not just settle on the landmass of Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic. He went into the mainland as well. Regained the glory of the United States, as from its name, America was called, although the common people of the West Indies as it known, the kings of Spain possesses the most extensive domains there, meaning Spain owned a good bit of this land. And again, Spanish people portrayed these people as the common folk. These are the common folk that they portray. Okay, cool. Of the West Indies, all as it is known, the kings of Spain possesses the most extensive domains there, but the anglers, Galliner, Justinars, Batavors find frequent colonies of famous emporiums, aka empires. Jesus Christ, through the missions of the faith, sharpened the crimes of the hue of the idolatrous worship and the darkness of their minds. Meaning these people came here with the ideology of spreading Christianity to further wash these people of their sins. The people who are portrayed in these pictures, bottom and top. Next slide. What is the definition of an Indian, Aboriginal, American, Swarty, and so on and so forth? The definition of an Indian, a general name of a native of an Indian, of the Indies, as in East Indian or West Indian. Now, the funny thing is, when we talk about India in the East, it was not called India. It was called Hindustan at that time when Christopher Columbus set sail. So further on, it is particularly applied to any native of the American continent, right? The definition of an Aboriginal is the first original or primitive people, Aboriginal people of the first inhabitants of a country, Aboriginal tribes of America, right? And the adjective, an original or primitive inhabitant who the first settlers in the America are called Aboriginals, as the Celts in Europe and the Indians in America. More on that later. We're going to get to that word Aboriginal in a bit because I have sources that literally use that term Aboriginal, right? The definition of American is a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or the copper-colored races. Keyword is copper-colored races, found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America, meaning anybody born in America could be a native. Let's point that out right there. And the definition of Swarty is being of dark hue or dusky complexion, tawny in warm climates. The complexion of men is universally swarty or black. All of these definitions are provided by the earliest dictionary that I was able to find, the American Dictionary from 28, April 4th. Next slide. Americans are copper colored. So what does copper look like, right? Many descriptions of American Indians have been stated to be either dark brown, copper colored, swarthy, or even black. The best way to determine who is a copper colored Indian is simply a penny, because according to usmint.gov, a penny is the best reference for copper because a penny is made of zinc but coated in copper. Copper can also be used to describe black, hence there also is copper oxide. Copper oxide is copper that has been oxidized, meaning copper can turn black in most situations. This gives us an accurate color scaling on what Americans would look like. Concerning the Americans, it is safe to conclude that the New World includes the North, Central, and South, and the islands of America upon discovery. This gives us a great basis on what the Aboriginal American looks like color-wise. Next slide. The N-word. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to get this. Let me look for this book. Give me 1 second.
5 minutes. 5 minutes, Trufu. 5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where is it? Oh, no. Hold on now. I done lost my source. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. My bad.
I'm going to pause your time till you start again.
Thank you, AP. put it. Ah, there we go. Bad. And it says go to, what is that? Page 590. I'm going to share my screen on this source now. So, can you see that, AP? Big bet.
Now, kid, yes, sir. Yeah. Oh no, I can't. Hold on, I put the wrong thing up. My bad. Now, kid.
Perfect. All right, cool. And it says 590. Yep, 590. Let's see, 206, 460. Where is it?
How you start? You found it yet?
Yeah, I found my. This is the source right here.
I'm gonna start this.
All right, 590, right? The N-word, right? When used by a white person to describe a black or African-American person, this is probably the most offensive and hurtful term in the language today. Like, I'm not going to say any words. The word derives ultimately from Latin. I'm not going to say any words, black. It is not an Americanism. The first recorded use of the word being in the 1786 poem by Robert Burns, although variations on it include, not going to say no words, are recorded 2 centuries before then. Through African Americans do commonly use this word in different ways amongst themselves. Blacks rarely, if ever, do use this word in the presence of whites. Since O.J. Simpson murder trial of 1995, when evidence of its use by the detective witnesses are introduced, it often has been euphemistically used. The N-word has also been an offensive derogatory term applied to, what is that word? Indians, as well as blacks. Keyword is Indians as well as blacks. What the heck are Mongolians, Siberian immigrants being used in this word? Like, I don't understand it. Applied to Indians as well as blacks in recent times. In fact, the objectionable word was applied to themselves by white mountain men, which I'm going to get into later, in the early West. Often commonly used expressions such as are rarely heard today. So sensitive are people, black and white, the use of the N-word, that the word, which sounds like but has no relation to etymologically, is often avoided, right? So what are Indians doing using this word? They don't make. Why are Indians called this word? It don't make no sense. The only reason why Indians would be called this word is because they, A, would look like so-called people who use this word to this day, or B, apply to the African, meaning you have 2 groups of people who look alike but are not alike. Next slide. My bad. So let me share. Oh, hold on. Stop share screen. So now the question is, what is an Aboriginal again? The definition of an Aboriginal is the first original primitive Aboriginal person, the first inhabitants of a country, Aboriginal tribes of America. An original or primitive inhabitant, the first settlers in the country called Aboriginals as the Celts, and the Europe, and the Indians in America. If an Aboriginal applies to the people who are already settled on this land, then anybody else who comes from foreign lands cannot be Aboriginal. Instead, they would be migrants. A migrant is someone who moves from one place to another, whether it be slave trade, whether it be Siberian Bering Strait movement or anything like that, right? Can range from moving to another place in their own land, right? Meaning if I move from Louisiana to California, I'm still an Aboriginal to this land of America. If migrants move from foreign lands, then they are now considered immigrants or immigrants, right? The term immigrant is a noun, a person who removes themselves from a country for the purpose of permanent residence. And an immigrant is one who removes his habitation or quits his own country or region to settle in another. So with this understanding, we can now conclude that an Aboriginal cannot be an immigrant or an immigrant, meaning they have to be here already on the land. An Aboriginal can migrate from one place on their land and still be Aboriginals, or that they immigrated to, right? Because an immigrant means they left their land. Meaning if I leave the state boundary of Louisiana, I am an immigrant to California, right? Let it be known that the Aboriginal cannot be a colonizer or a colonist. A colonizer being the European and a colonist being an African slave, meaning they were a part of a colony. Now, they would like to say that they are not, right? But at the end of the day, an African helped build the colony, making them a colonist. And that begs the question. Well, that's it, really. So I end my round there. I'll let YK go.
A fire round, man. Fire round. Fire round. We just ended your time. Let me reset this right now. YK, you already know it's time for you to get ready to go into your rounds. Let's get it, bro. Shout out to the brother YK. Shout out to the brother YK. You with us, YK? Mic check, mic check. Shut the doors, love.
Did you call me?
Yeah.
Am I clear? Can you hear me?
Yep.
So I'm clear, AP?
You clear now?
Now I'm about to literally have a rebuttal for everything the brother just said. This is the point system, right? So let me share my matter of fact, let me do my introduction real quick. All right.
Hold on, let me reset your time because you don't just get that. Let me reset officially.
Now,
all right, you're set.
The topic of this debate.
You screen sharing? You're not screen sharing.
No, I'm not screen sharing right now. I'm good. Okay. And the topic of this debate is whether individuals who identify as Black are indigenous to America. It is important to clarify that the focus of this discussion is not on the existence of individuals with Negroid features in America. The responsibility to substantiate his claims lies with Trufu, who asserts that the so-called Black population currently in America has always inhabited this land. He must provide evidence to support his claim, which cannot simply rely on the narratives of colonizers. In one instance, he claims that the white man has misled us about everything, yet he simultaneously references those same sources he accuses of deceit. This inconsistency suggests a lack of clarity in his very own argument. Trufu argues that the Europeans exploited African individuals and transported them to America, raising the question of why we should accept their accounts. However, this critique is equally applies to his position. He is required to present genetic data that demonstrates the presence of Black individuals in America prior to European contact, as well as archaeological findings that corroborate this claim. Without such evidence, it is evident that he has not succeeded in this debate. My approach will incorporate not only the testimonies of early explorers of America, but also genetic and archaeological evidence that indicates Black individuals have African origins rather than indigenous ties to America. Historical context will further support the argument that we cannot be considered Aboriginal to America, as there is no substantial evidence indicating that a distinct group of people migrated to this country. Should he fail to provide the evidence, it will be apparent that his stance is based on belief rather than fact, and that Black individuals are not Aboriginal to America. Let's get it. Now I'm going to share my screen.
Whenever you're ready, I'll share it right there for you.
Hold on, I'm coming right now. All right. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Clear to go. Good to go.
Now I'm about to put it in slideshow mode. Did it go in slideshow mode?
I don't know what that is, but
I mean, can you see the whole screen?
yeah, I see
Let me
everything
let me
that's on
let
the
me check.
side and everything.
Nah, that's his. You sharing Trufu screen. Oh yeah,
Nah,
nah, you sharing
I'm
mines,
showing
but
your screen.
it's not going into it's not doing it. But it's cool. Let's get to it. All right. So the name of this debate is not are the original inhabitants of America misnomer black. The name of this debate is are the so-called black Americans indigenous, aboriginal, to America. So all of this is nonsense. He didn't prove anything. A copper penny only turns darker when it's dirty. There's literally videos on YouTube of people cleaning pennies with salt and vinegar solution. Still, the topic is not about them being copper. The debate is proving you are those people. You failed the entire round, champ. Now, what is an aboriginal? Because you didn't go to the etymology. You got to understand when we're dealing with words, there's a time frame and you got to have context, and you don't have context. Now, aboriginal, 1660s mean the first, earliest. So if you're the first one there, you're an aboriginal. Checkmate, you got to hold that L. Now, you mentioned Negroes being from India. They're not talking about American Indian. They're talking about East Indians. Now, this is from the Oxford Dictionary. It says the N-word, Negro, member of any dark-skinned race, East Indian. So y'all got to stop sharing that. Throw it out. Hold that L. Now, the etymology of black is what? Remember, the name of this debate is, are the so-called black people in America, right? Not the so-called copper. So the meaning of black means dark-skinned person, African. That's the etymology of the word black, right? So we do know black and Indian are not the same. Now here's a picture of something that happened in Florida. It was a massacre of the whites by Indians and blacks in Florida. And it says massacre of whites by Indians and blacks. If Indians and blacks are the same, why did they say Indians and blacks? Why they didn't just say black, or why they didn't just say Indian? Now, I want to make sure that y'all can see it. Is my shit not even? Excuse me, my bad, yo. And it's not even showing, bro. But I'm gonna go back.
What's going on? Why is it not showing?
I don't know. This PDF be acting crazy. But I'm gonna go back. Can y'all see it now?
Yeah, I see it now with Michael Jordan.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to everything. So I showed the Negro. Hold on. Oh no, can you close that door? She's already out. Close it. All right. So as you can see, these are my sources. Excuse me, somebody knocked on the door. So these are the sources that I just showed you. This is the Oxford Dictionary. This is the Aboriginal. So as you can see, the etymology is first. So you got to throw that out of here. This is the copper penny that he brought up. And that. So let's get to what else we get into. Now, is it copper color or black? Now, this is what the people saw at that time. This is Beecher's primary geography. And it said the people are different from American, having a brown instead of a copper skin, and then having soft, curly black hair instead of straight and coarse. Many of the Malay race are handsome for their complexion, often is not darker than some of the darkest tones in the country. The African race has black and woolly hair. It literally says black and woolly hair. They live principally in the middle parts of Africa. So if black people are African, why are you saying you're black? Remember, the name of this debate is, are the black people in America Aboriginal, right? But it's saying right here that black is the African race. If you see right there, it shows you an Indian and it shows you a black race, and it looks nothing like you, right? Now let's go to the Negroes of the Suriname 5-year expedition. This is in 1796. This is sources. Now it says, all these Indians are in general copper colored, while the Negroes of Africa that live under the same degree of the latitude are perfectly black, in which, however, inconceivable at first, is easily accounted. So we know that the Africans are black and the Indians are copper colored. So you got to hold that L right there. You can't escape that. See, I'm giving you guys real sources. Now, this is from a voyage to the South Sea along the coast of Chile and Peru. It says the islands of Iquique is also inhabited by Indians and blacks. So if Indians are Indians, who are the blacks that were here? African people who are there employed to gather Guyana. Let's keep going. Now, this is from an inquiry into the distinctive characteristics of the Aboriginal race of America. Morton Samuel George. Now it says the Negro race is the Kafir, the Austro-African, the Hottentot, the Oceanic Negro family, the Australian family. It says the American family is the American family. So how can you be a Negro is not on there? So that's another L you gotta hold, brother. Let me make sure I'm still sharing my screen. All right, let's get it. Now, this is your favorite book. Y'all love using Asian slaves in colonial Mexico. Let's see who they say the blacks are, right? It's time to die by your favorite book. It says, from the Spanish perspective, the Portuguese brought to Manila slaves who fell into two main categories. The first group consisted of slaves from Africa and their descendants, genuinely called blacks or Negroes. Hold that L. The second group was slaves from everywhere else. And it was only about 100,000 of those Asian slaves that came to Manila, the Manila slave market. So y'all got to stop using that book. That's like, how did 100,000 people turn into millions of Native Americans that you see all over America today? Remember, y'all talk about us, how did 300,000 Negroes turn into 4 million over an span of what, 300 years? 200 to 300 years? So how did that happen when only a little bit of slaves were brought to Manila? You got to hold that L, right? That's the Manila slave market right here. Now, let's look at my genealogy. See, I'm proving that black means African. So that means that black, that so-called black that you saying is Aboriginal is actually an African. Now, look at this. This is my great-grandfather. It says African black. So we know black is African. This is the original draft card, so I'm not making it up. Now, if black people are the so-called Aboriginal, there should be testimonies of people at that time or during slavery that said they were already here, right? Somebody should say we've been here. But when you go to the narratives, you hear people saying that they came from Africa. This is from a South Carolina slave narrative. My father was Abram Brown, and my mother's name was Lucy Brown. He said they were slaves of Dr. Arthur Gordon Rose. My grandfather and grandmother were grown when they came from Africa. When they came from where? From Africa. And were men and wife and where? In Africa. We giving out L's today. I is 81 years old. I was born up the water.
3 minutes. 3 minutes,
All right.
brother. 3 minutes.
Am I still? Can you see my next slide, AP?
All I see is a white paragraph with some yellow.
That's it. That's it. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to the audience, man. My PDF be acting crazy sometimes, but we back at it. They both. All right. So let's get it. I was born up in a watery river close to Great Falls. My master was Osmond Barber. My mistress was named Miss Elizabeth, her the wife of Marsh Osmond. My pappy was named Jacob. My mammy went by the name of Jemima. They both from Africa, where they was born. Checkmate. Now, this is from A Prison Life in the South. It says it was a, excuse me, my bad. Baby, can you take that alarm upstairs? Please. All right, it says it was acceptable indeed, though somewhat interrupted by a genuine African dance held by the Negroes of the plantation in the open air. So these people said those slaves were doing African dances on the plantation. Now, this is cross-referencing. Y'all say genealogy is the key, right? So this is my fourth great grandfather, and his parents were born in Africa. And look, it says Richard Reed, race black. That's what it says. And here is the 1880 census that shows father's birth, African. So now we're going to go to the history of the American Indians. This is in 1775, the history of the American Indians. And it says right here, if a deformed son of burning Africa was to paint the devil, he would not do it in black colors. Yo, AP, can you please pause my time? What's my time, brother? AP, you there?
Yes, sir. You got 1 minute and 33 seconds.
Just give me 5 seconds, brother. My daughter, she, just give me 1 second.
Take your time. While you do that, we'll take a quick little 30-second break. We'll be right back in just a second. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. All right. We're back. We're back. Yeah, so whenever you're ready to go, we'll start.
I'm ready. You can share my screen, bro.
It's already screen sharing. Let me get the time back right. Let me hit the button. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Apologize about that. All right, and your time is starting now. Go ahead, talk whenever you speak. You're ready to go.
All right. So it says the Indians are of a copper color or red clay color, and they delight in everything which they imagine may promote and increase accordingly. Right? Now, if you go down, it said, if a deformed son of Africa was to paint the devil, he would not do it in black colors, nor delineate him with a shagged, coarse, woolly head, nor with thick lips or a short, flat nose. So once again, we see blacks being of African descent. Now, this is from 1851 map of Johann Friedrich, and it's Caucasian or white, Mongolian or yellow, Ethiopian or black. And as you can see right here, the black person with the woolly hair, and you can see all the other races. Now, when you look at the first slaves in Massachusetts, men, and it said the first mention of a black person in the colony dates from 1633. An English visitor published a true and lively account where they were scared and they was in the woods and they encountered a black man in the woods. They sought help from a local farmer, finding him to be a poor, wandering blackamoor. So that was the first time they seen a black person. How if Aboriginals were black? Like you said, how is this the first time they seeing a black person if they were the black people? You gotta hold the hell, brother.
It's time. Shout out to my brother YK, man, for cooking. Shout out to YK for cooking, man. That was a fire round. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got Trufu coming in for a second round.
Hey, AP, you there? I can't hear you, AP, if you're talking.
You loud and clear, brother. I can hear you loud and clear. You good to go.
Cool. All right. Is this the rebuttal round?
This is your full round, so you get a 5-minute rebuttal plus your 10 to 12-minute grace period round. So
say less. Share screen. All right. I'm gonna share to you, Jack D. Forbes, the use of the term Negro and Black. Right. The possibility that Native Americans were quite commonly called Negroes is very much supported by the Portuguese usage. During the colonial period, of Brazilian Indians were repeatedly referred to as Negroes or as Negro de Terra. A great many examples of the 16th century and later centuries are cited by George Free. I don't know how to say that name. His analysis of Portuguese sources. These do not have a repeat. These do not have to be repeated here, but suffice to say that it was so common that finally in 1755 a royal decree had been issued as follows: among the regrettable practices which have been resulted by the disparagement of the Indians on prime abuse of the unjustifiable and scandalous practice, calling them Negroes, perhaps by so doing the intent was no other than to induce in them the belief by the origins they have been destined to be slaves of whites, as in general concern to the cases of blacks from the coast of Africa. These directors will not permit henceforth that anybody may refer to as an Indian as a Negro, nor that they themselves may use the epithet among themselves as in current state. The Portuguese usage is extremely significant, not only because American or part American slaves could be referred to as Negroes in early shipment records, but also because it very much affects one's analysis of the population statistics in the colonial Brazil, right? Where in effect, the categories of Negro and mulatto must have included domesticated or enslaved Indian, and mixed blood, right? And then we're going to continue on down here, right? What is not clear is the extent to which the term Negro was consciously translated as black. The automatic association of Negro with black color cannot be assumed. Made black Africans are actually medium and dark brown color. In any case, another association gradually arose, and that was between Negro and slave. Early legislation commonly referred to Negro and others as slave, or to Negro, mulatto, and Indian slaves over the years, Negro and black both became synonymous with enslavement, meaning that Indian slaves were considered black or Negro. Let's continue. So I'm going to share with you The Unexpected Faces of America, of Ancient America, by Alexander von Wuthen.
You're not screen sharing, bro.
I know. I got you. Examples that Negroes have been in the Americas prior to pre-Columbian contact. Page 15 of the source. The Unexpected Faces of Ancient America, 1500 BC to AD, right? If we go down to page 15, which is a ways away, actually. 9. Oh, there we go. Right? When I implied in my pre-Columbian terracotta book, The Art of Terracotta Pottery, that white and even Negro people existed in America long before Columbus, I immediately was challenged with the argument, but what does the will, the absence of the will, at this point I am inclined to ask, what on earth has the will to do with the adventures of a white man or a Negro having intercourse with an Aborigine girl on this continent? The man might have been killed before had he had at the time his amorous partner also about the will, or perhaps he just never got around to describing the marvelous invention to her because he was sick and died. One also might presume that he was not quite sure himself how to make the will or how to use it the proper way. Nevertheless, one fact is relevant clear. After 9 months, another American arrived on this continent who looked different from his brothers and sisters. Right? Let me stop sharing that. Stop share screen and then move on to this one. So when we talk about Negroes being present in the Americas, now, of course, YK knew this was coming, bro. And I don't care if he knew this was coming because this is proof of it. Alexander von Wuthen's source clearly states that these people are definitely of Negroid descent. Negroid don't mean all Africans. I just want to point that out. Negroid could mean Malaysian. Negro could mean Australoid. Negro could mean any and everybody of so-called black descent. Oh, Lord have mercy. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. So when we look at these murals here, we see Negroid descended people or Negroid classified. It don't necessarily mean descendant, but classified. These people would be classified as Negroid. As we look through these Bonaparte murals, right? I mean, there's so much evidence that these people are obviously not of African based upon their noses, based upon their lips, based upon their hair textures and all of these things, right? When we look, and then we have the Caxaclatl murals, which shows a war between these own people. These are the so-called Aztecs, right? Which resemble so-called black people, aka Negroid people. Now, I'm going to turn to Veronanzo's Voyage of the Atlantic Coast, pages 6 to 7, where he gives a brief description of the people he encountered on the 34th north longitude or latitude. Give me 1 second, y'all. So now Veronanzo clearly states we were land. This is from the first landing of the first indigenes. We were land, and which we were able to learn their life and customs. I will tell your majesty briefly. They go nude of everything except that they wear some skins of little animals like martens, a griddle of fine grass woven with various tails of other animals, which hang around the body as far as their knees. The rest nude, the head likewise. Some wear certain garlands and feathers of birds. They are dark in color, not much like the Ethiopians, and hair black and thick. They are not very long, which they tie together back in their head with the little shape of ponytail. As a symmetry of man, they were well proportioned, of medium stature, and rather exceeded us. In the breast, they are broad, their arms well built, the legs and other parts of the body well put together. There is nothing else except that they incline somewhat the broadness in the face, but not all. For more, we saw the face clear cut, eyes black and large, glancing, tit and quick. They are not much of strength, craftiness acute, agile and greatest runners. From what we were able to learn by experience, they resemble in the last two respects the Orientals, and mostly those of the farthest Cenarian regions. We are not able to learn with particular of the life and customs of those people because of the shortness of the stay we made on land, on account there being few people ship anchored in the high sea. So now, what I'm going to show you is what this Veranzo was talking about. Because when we look at this right here, right, this is a brother from the Crow tribe who also resided on the East Coast, right, who is dark like the Ethiopians, but resembles a Mongolian. I don't get it. What would this man be classified today? It makes no sense to me. How can you be an African and look like this? But when Africans already have clear distinctions, which we're going to get into later, right? Same with this one. This one is a Seminole Indian, right? As you can see, very Mongoloid looking features, thin lips, big noses, all that stuff, but yet he's dark in the skin color. You can see these brothers every day, right? Bureau of Ethnology, which I'm going to get into now. Let me bring that up now. And what page was that on? That was page 52. Can y'all see my screen? AP, can you see my screen, bro? Or am I still on the slideshow? Okay, cool. Say less. So let me stop sharing this.
Hold on, I'm gonna stop your time. I don't know why people are not getting the links, YK. Because all of them
it's a
and there wasn't many tickets involved, but if there are any people that not getting the link, just let me know.
I got you. Somebody, a few people, like 2 people hit me up, said that they didn't get the link, but didn't you give it to me?
I thought I don't know if I did or not. If I didn't, I'm gonna double send it to your email.
All right.
Everything cool, bro?
Yeah, everything good, bro. Do your thing.
Right.
My bad.
Just make it show. All right, cool. So page 52, Miss of the Cherokee, right? And we're going to scroll on to the bottom. While crossing over the mountain, Rutherford's men approached a house belonging to a trader when one of his Negro slaves ran out and was shot by Reverend James Hall, the chaplain, as he ran, mistaking him for an Indian. How do you mistake an Indian from a Negro slave? That don't make no sense to me, bruh. Soon after they captured 2 women and a boy, it was proposed to auction off at once of the highest bidder. And when one of the officers protested that the matter should be left to the disposition of Congress, meaning this was a whole cover-up, the greater part swore bloodily that if they were not sold for slaves upon the spot, they were killed and scalped them immediately. And we're also going to go to page 147. The reason why I'm bringing 147 into this is because it is the same tactic that was used against the so-called Aboriginal of Australia. So in 147, here we go. The change. Oh, hold on. Am I reading this right? Yep. The change was not instantaneous, nor is it even yet complete. For although the tendency is constantly away from the old things, and although frequent intermarriages have rapidly bleaching out the brown of the Indian skin, there are still several thousands of full-blooded Cherokees, enough to constitute a large tribe if set off by themselves, who speak their native languages and in secret bow down to the native gods of the fathers. Here, as in the lands, the conservative element has been taken to refuge mountain districts, while the mixed bloods and the adopted whites are chiefly on the richer low grounds and the railroad towns. Meaning that these people
4 minutes.
Right. Meaning these people were strategically bleaching out these people's skin to making them quote unquote lighter skin. And if we go to page 201, 236, oh boy, went way past. Now, page 201, right? Let me see. Where is it? Lord, I cannot find this damn paragraph. Page 201 talks about how these people were smelters and how they were able to smelt iron and other materials. I can't find it right now, man. Damn, I forgot my place. But in any case, they were talking about how they smelted iron and used it to smelt weapons. They were smelting iron at this time. And when we look at the Bureau of Ethnology, this takes place in South Carolina. The next slide over literally is the Yamasee Wars, where, as you can see, so-called Indians are using iron shields and iron weapons that they smelted. Now, I couldn't find the page in the book, but also these people are not no slaves. They're not a slave revolt. These are not Negro African slaves, because the translation at the bottom, one in Dutch and one in Latin, right? The Dutch translation is the gruesome attack by the Indians. Who? These people? The Indians? The Indians on the English in Carolina in the West Indies on 19th of April, 1715. Some of the following days by which the action of barbarians cruelly abused people. And it's the same thing as Latin, where it said the great number of men perished that day, where the Indians attacked the English on the island of Carolina, right? I can go. How much time do I got left, AP?
You have 1 minute and 40 seconds.
By the time I find the sources, on be time up. I'll let YK go. I'll relinquish my time.
All right, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to y'all good brothers. We're going to get into the rest of this debate, man. This is a fire one, man. I'm not even going to lie. Shout out to these two brothers, y'all. Shout out to these two brothers, man. We got to say that. Shout out to these two brothers, man. They putting on some work. Shout out to these two. We're going to get right back into it. We're at the halfway marker, family. We're at the halfway marker. We'll be right back in just a second. We'll be right back. We'll take a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be right back. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thumb up the video and support the channel.
Whatever it takes.
Shout out to Trufu. Shout out to YK, man. Y'all doing good. Y'all turned up on these next 2 rounds.
Hey, what's up, nigga? You asked me for a half one. I ain't have to measure it. What the fuck going on? Look, yeah. He asked me for a half one, I ain't have to measure it. Bagged it up and threw it on the scale just for the etiquette. Code is what we live by, never put myself above this shit. My plan was always ownership. Came from selling grams and out of flow, it got me selling ships. I got my rook on this bishop, I rub my fingers together like Salt Bay in the kitchen. Gas stove got it clicking, Got them salty and bitching. When I spin through they block, we talking for demolition. That's a ghost apparition. No, they hating, but these niggas gotta love my ambition. I really came from the trenches. He got his gun with him. Really ain't no love with him. Rather be alone inside these streets to put my trust in him. Slide into the law, get him. I do what it takes, I put my all in it. Organize my team like it's the parliament. Really came from nothing, we was starving it. Put all of my dreams on top of the scale and we've been carving it. Life I had to bargain it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't have to measure it. I ain't had to measure it. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't had to measure it.
Shoo! Baya.
Whatever it takes.
I made them feel the habanero over my dinero. They rockin' ice grills, that's suicide apparel. Now you decide your peril, I superside the barrel. I'm shooting wide and narrow. When you survive the arrow, I told my youngin' better clap the chrome and do it. I do it with them or I chaperone them to it. And I ain't talking prime night, but the bomb fight. We call each other's mother's mom tightest with the bond light. So please don't talk down to me. I had your picture in the heart round the T. We split the sticks, but we ain't walk round a tree. I bust a UE, then I walk down your B. I'm with the robberies, I pop out charms. Instead of glass, now I grab the gas, crop out farms. Fall baby, and I'm all Navy, Glock out storms. Call shady, then it's dog baby, swap out arms. I'm on the track, then I'm out of mind geeking. In beast mode like a child of mine bleeding. But on guard like in Columbine teaching. Just watch the time and I'm Sotheby's meetings.
He asked me for a half one. I ain't have to measure it. I ain't had to measure it. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't had to measure it. He asked me for a half one. I ain't had to measure it. Whatever it takes.
Shout out to the good brothers in the building, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Hit the like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. All right, support the channel. Oh man, you brothers doing fantastic. Let me get some little feedback from the chat. If y'all enjoying this, drop a fire emoji, man. Let's get some energy up in here. Let's get some energy up in here. If y'all enjoying this mug, and turn up, show me. Let us know in the building that you guys are really enjoying it. Let's get the family in the building to really rock out. We appreciate y'all to come through. YK, did you get that email?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for her to send her email, but I'm gonna give it to her. It's cool.
Yeah. Everybody know this shit is solidified, man. Yeah. Hey, but listen, YK, you already know what's going on, bro.
I'm the next 2 rounds. I'm about to beat this boy up, man. Let's go. You want me to start it? You gonna start my time?
Yeah, we're in the second round. We're at the bottom of the second. You ready to get into your round?
Yeah, I got my screen up.
All right. Let's get your time started. Give me 2 seconds, good fella. And your screen is up and you're ready to go. Whenever you start your time.
Now, let's get it. Let me stop sharing that. Remove me. Can you hear me? Nah, I need to see the whole screen. AP. Yeah, perfect. You messing up, brother. The name of this debate is not if they mistaken Negroes for Indians. The name of this debate is not about the name of Indians or even misclassification. The name of this debate are the so-called Aboriginals, the black people, so-called black people, Aboriginal to America. And so far, you did not show not one source that says you are those people, right? Now, let me get to my my PowerPoint. Let's go up. Let's start from your first source right here. It says, among the regrettable practices which have resulted in the disembargement of the Indians, and one prime abuse is the unjustifiable and scandalous practice of calling them Negroes. Perhaps by doing the intent was no other than induce them the belief that by their origins they had been destined to be that of slaves of white, which is genuinely considered to be the case of blacks from the coast of Africa. So even your own damn source says that blacks are from Africa. You gotta hold that L. I gotta give it to you. You're doing better than A1, but you gotta get this work. Your own source says blacks of Africa. So if the debate is, are the so-called black people Aboriginal to America, we already know that black means African. So hold that L, my good brother. We need sources. Now, the etymology, since you want to talk about Indians being mistaken as Negroes, what is the etymology of the word Negro? Member of a black-skinned race of Africa, from Spanish or Portuguese, Negro, black. So even the etymology of the word is Africa. So you're not from here. Now, this is from 1750 to 1774. And this is a Thoughts Upon African Slave Trade. It said all Negroes are Africans. There are many Negroes in America, in the West Indies, indeed some thousands in Great Britain, who are descended from slaves taken by white men from Africa. Now, let's go to the Negro Law of South Carolina. It said the term Negro is confined to slave Africans. Hold that L. That's another one. Let's go to the Indians in the American Past by Jack D. Forbes. It says an Indian man or woman may cost 18 or 20 pounds, but a good Negro is worth more than twice the sum. So if Indians and Negroes are the same, how come the Negro is worth more than the Indian? Hold that L. Again, it's another one. Let's go to the history of America. And it says, when Columbus and the other discoverers first visited the different countries of America, which lie within the torrid zone, they naturally expected to find people of the same complexion with those in the corresponding regions of the other hemisphere. To their amazement, however, they discovered that America contained no Negroes. America contained no Negroes. The title of this debate is, are the so-called black people Aboriginal to America? So far, all the cross-references has pointed black as coming from Africa. Let's go to the one-drop rule. The law also defined Negroes as having any Negro blood whatsoever. The dichotomous racial classification was also invented in colonial times, with blood fractions laws defining a Negro as having more than a given fraction of African ancestry. So you got to hold that L. This is the one drop rule. And there's an act of Arkansas. This is a law that any persons in whom there is visible and distinctive mixture of African blood shall, for the purposes of this act, be deemed to belong to the African race. All others shall be deemed to belong to the white race. So he's not giving you these sources like this. We got to have some integrity. Now, Black History Month. This is the 54th Regiment, African Descent. So if you got ancestors who fought in the war in those records, guess what? They have African descent. It said in January 1863, Secretary of War John Stanton, he said regiments that could include persons of African descent. Right? Now let's skip all of that because Root Words is a fortune teller, by the way. Can y'all hear this?
No, we don't hear any.
You heard that?
No,
Hey,
we can't hear nothing.
Y'all can't hear it? All right. What I'm gonna do is because it's worth it. It's worth the laugh. So I gotta
share your entire screen with the sound. Or
yeah, definitely. Yep. Now I got it.
Because it wasn't didn't have the sound on.
But it's definitely worth the time.
Right. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. You want me to pause your time real quick?
Pause it.
Pause that right quick.
But it said
10 minutes left.
It said share the time. It shared.
You got to click at the bottom of the screen where it says allow sound.
It did. It said it's shared already.
All right. Try it again because the audio wasn't on.
Yeah.
Well, if you're doing it by the tab, it's already gonna come with audio. But if you wanted to actually hear it, you got to do it from the share entire screen when you're doing on that PD on that PowerPoint format.
All right, just try it. Let's try it again. If not, I'll pass it.
Just try my way. Trust me, it'll work. Promise you.
I did try it your way.
So, entire screen?
Yeah, the entire screen.
Okay. If you're playing something, we don't hear it.
All right, can you hear it?
No, sir. Y'all let me know in the chat. Can y'all hear it? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear it. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all can't hear it. Y'all let us know if y'all can hear it in the chat. I can't hear it. Well, I can't.
All right. No worries, brother. No worries. Basically, it was your brother Root Words. So you can start my time. It was your brother Root Words saying I was gonna smoke Trufu. He was a fortune teller. But let's get to it. You can start my time. All right, so Negro, it is remarkable that our common people retained the exact Latin pronunciation of the word, a native or descendant of the black race in Africa. But what we're gonna do is, since we want to talk more about Indians. Now, this is another one from the narrative, the 5-year expedition. It said during these troubles, it happened that one officer and about 70 men sent from the colony of the Suriname had been posted on the banks of the river Caratine. This detachment, together with a party of Indians who are natural enemies to the Negroes. So if Indians and Negroes are the same, how come they were enemies? You gotta hold this L, man. The burden of proof is on Trufu. Trufu gotta show that that blacks is aboriginal to America. All I gotta do is beat them up. Now it says, this is from Negroes and Indians. It said relations between Negroes and Indians have been given considerable scattered attention by writers, right? It said the Indians weren't afraid of a Negro at all. They were afraid of a white man, but they seemed to hate a Negro and would kill him at any chance they got. Hold that. Now it says right here, this is from the History of America. It said they were found to be more robust and hardy race. It said they were more enduring fatigue. And it says the labor of one Negro was computed to be equal to that of 4 Indians. But he wanted to share Verrazano, right? When Verrazano said that the natives weren't very strong. But it just showed you right here that the Negroes was stronger than 4 Indians. Now, since Trufu didn't want to, share the skeleton remains, the archaeology, the juicy stuff, the genetics, since he wanted to play around with you, no, did he? Let me do it. It said the skeletons of 3 16th century African slaves recovered from a mass grave in Mexico, right? This is the 16th century. The remains were found in the grounds of the hospital. The 3 individuals in the study first caught the attention of the team with their distinct dental modifications. Genetic analysis of the 3 individuals showed that they shared a Y chromosome lineage that is prevalent in sub-Saharan Africa and is now the most common lineage among African Americans. That's one source. Another one, we got Graval and his colleague analyzed data from 3 cohorts. It includes 1,501 African Americans and 9,308 European Americans from urban and rural regions. And what does it say? It says that they estimated that African Americans in North Carolina, it says that African Americans in the South have 83% African ancestry. So if they have African ancestry, how is Black people Aboriginal to America? You got to hold that L. Another one, because I'm giving them out all day. Now, this is from the Journal of American Folklore. Before the white man came to Martha's Vineyard, it said right here, the Black man with thick lips and kinky hair. They went down a flight of stairs until they came to land of fruits and flowers. The little man led her to Chief, and she removed the thorn. She stayed on among them, always thinking she would return to her people. One of the Black men wished to marry her, but she went to the chief and asked only that he be allowed to return to her people. He gave her presents and sent her back with the man who had brought her to the place. They went upstairs, and when they had come to the place where she had left her basket, the Black man took away her presents and ran his hands through her long hair till it was kinky as her own. When she had finished her story, the chief commanded them to cast her out. He prophesied that another race would come who would resemble them. See, that's the thing with this lookership. Just because you resemble somebody, it don't mean you are that person. Trufu said that himself, right? He said they would mix with Indians and that this squad would be the ancestor of many kinky-haired Indians. See, we never said that some of us don't have Indian ancestors. We never said that. But don't try to act like we was already here. Black people was already here. All right. Now it says genetic studies have been consistent. Now this is genetics with a single common origin of Native American groups from Central and South America. However, some morphological studies have suggested a more complex picture, whereby the Northeast Asian affinities of present-day Native Americans contrast with a distinctive morphology seen in some of the earliest American skeletons, which share traits with present-day Australasians, indigenous groups in Australia, Melanesia, and islands, Southeast Asia. So it's no wonder when you're going to see some type of skin pigmentation, but that doesn't mean that those people are you. All Native American groups studied to date can trace all or much of their ancestry to a single ancestral population that likely migrated across the barren land bridge from Asia more than 15,000 years ago. You got to hold that L. What is an American Indian? Because you guys love to say, well, we're not native. Cap. American Indian or Native American or Amerindian, Indigenous American, any member of the various Aboriginal groups of the Western Hemisphere, with the exception of Eskimos, Inuit, and Inuits, though the term Native American is today often preferred to be
3 minutes. My bad. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
You got American Indian, particularly in the U.S. Many Native Americans. Right now, this is another study of genetics, the genetic ancestry of African Americans and Latinos. Though mean estimates of Native American ancestry are low, many African Americans can carry detectable levels of Native American ancestry, consistent with historical narratives and family histories. So, you know, it's very low, right? It says genome-wide ancestry estimates of African Americans show average proportions of 73.2 African, 24% European, and 0.8% Native. So my thing is this: we don't want to see lookership. We don't want to see pictures. We're not in kindergarten anymore. We need the evidence. We need the data, and the data doesn't support you. Give me a second. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Now it says the genetic legacy of the Manila Gallon trade in Mexico. So this is y'all book. This all goes back to the colonialism in Mexico. Population genetic study has shed light on past historical events and demographic dynamics that in turn are associated with cultural influences. Before European contact, the territory of modern-day Mexico was occupied by indigenous peoples who arrived via one or more founding populations that crossed Asia to the Americas from the Bering Strait. So everything is taking you guys out of America. You're not Aboriginal to America. Now it says historical records estimate that a total of 40,000 to 120 thousand immigrants from Manila into colonial Mexico. All right, you could talk about Louisa, and it says that her African, she got, African features, but they said Africa. And I wish I could have my volume. Can you hear this? You heard that?
No, sir, I can't hear none of that.
All right. How much time I got?
You got 8 seconds.
All right. I'll just save it for the next one, and I'll take my mic off, and then I'll play those videos. So I'll render my time, bro. Appreciate it.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. That's time right there. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. We're resetting this time. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to Trufu. Shout out to YK. We're getting into the third round. After the third round, they got their 15-minute answering and question round. So I'm looking forward to that. This is the last round, y'all. Put them threes in the chat, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Put those threes in the chat. Let's get right back into it, man. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Whatever it takes. The alleyway. Feelings from the past, yeah, you gotta pay attention. Feelings from the past, yeah, you gotta pay attention. They won't say my name, but they put it in a mention. Too much sneak dissing, yeah, we need an intervention. Pride before the fall, I swear my niggas, they won't listen. Pride before the fall, you took them pills, you got addicted. Pride before the fall, you run your mouth, you turn to dentist. Bring my niggas in the cage, know that shit get lonely. You was with me from the start, but you did me phony. Look my bitch right in the eyes, tell her she my only. Poppin' shit on Instagram, they don't even know me. Had to turn my savage up to turn me to the old me. Killers moving silent, so I gotta kill them softly. Lie better, little baby, but lie better. You playing the other side on God out. Trendsetter, no talking, I did better. They watching my moves, time my moves. I didn't let up, I kept it aside. Niggas get shifty, I dash something, I'm moving around. How to get to it, this bread, something they want me to drown. Remember they told me I was nothing, I've been through some things. On God, baby, I can't front it. Feelings from the past, yeah, you gotta pay attention. They won't say my name, but they put it in a mention. Too much sneak dissing, yeah, we need an intervention. Pride before the fall, I swear my niggas, they won't listen. Pride before the fall, you took them pills, you got addicted. Pride before the fall, you run your mouth, you turn to dentist. Bring my niggas in the cage, know that shit get lonely. You was with me from the start, but you did me phony. Look my bitch right in the eyes, tell her she my only. Poppin' shit on Instagram, they don't even know me. Had to turn my savage up to turn me to the old me. Killers moving silent, so I gotta kill them softly. Do better, you said that you do better. These niggas playing at 50, I really got moved better. I got these on my block, I can't play round. I position one my life, I can't play round. We gon' get it back in black.
Alrighty. Shout out to the good brothers. Trufu, you ready to get into your third round?
Yeah, let's get into it, bro. I'm gonna go straight into it, bro.
Let's go. Shout out to my big brother in the building. We're gonna have to get my brother Yosin here to host like he used to, man. He definitely hosts almost three of my debates. Shout out to Lil Yos Rios, the best host in the game. Truthful, ready whenever you are. Time ready to go.
Let's go, bro. Look, man. So our boy YK the Truth said that, there weren't no Aboriginals.
You're not screen sharing, by the way.
No, I'm gonna get to it.
Just make sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said, ain't no black people Aboriginal to Americas, you know what I'm saying? All right, bet. So explain this source here, bro. Though America possesses some dark brown men approaching to black, yet it is almost universally believed that there were no Aboriginal blacks or Negroes found on this continent. But from considering the peculiar circumstances of the black race found in the North America, I hold it more than probable that the common opinion is erroneous, meaning that's false. Torquemada says that Californians shewed no matter of surprise at the sight of Negroes that accompanied Vizcaino on the voyage to this coast AD 1602. As I have never seen Torquemada's Manacua, Indiana. I can only quote from Venegas, California, I don't know what the I mean, 239, who says that Torquemada then that when a Negro was ordered to distribute some biscuit to the Californians at the Bay of Santa Barnabas, the natives seemed greatly pleased at the sight of a Negro. So what do you mean Negroes and Indians were enemies, bro? These niggas were pleased, right? Greatly pleased to see a Negro and signified to him that they lived in friendship and correspondence with the people of his color, and that far from thence was a Negro village. Torquemada undertakes to explain the remarkable circumstance that by supporting that Negroes had been left by some ship from the Philippine island, meaning the Spanish sailed from the Melanesia area, aka the Philippines and the Fiji and all that stuff. But as he does assume, it is more conjuncture of his own to explain an anomaly of which had been previously ignorant. And at first, we were disposed to think the supposition plausible. But as it was found on extending our researches that the Negro character of the Indian on this coast had been distinctly remarked by various navigators, even from the present day, when we deem it impossible that any few individuals who were probably without women with them when left on this coast could have been able to communicate their peculiar complexion and features to an entire nation, even after a period of about 2,000 years. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read this little bit right here, bro, because it basically tries to it debunks the fact that Cortez left Africans on the coast of California, right? On the very first voyage, California was made by Cortez in 1535, who was accompanied by the 400 Spaniards and 300 Negro slaves. He coasted both sides of the Gulf of California and returned safely to Acapulco in the expedition is the earliest account we have Negroes having been sent to the part of America. But there is no reason to think that he would leave precious cargo ashore, aka, let me read the words, any of them were left on shore as they were valuable cargo, right? Now then, the subject, however, still is obscurity and belongs to the terra incognita of America, laying between the rivers of Columbia and Gila. The authorities I have been able to examine respecting the present Negroes' appearance of the Indians in that region are as follows. The color of the Negroes of the California missions seen by La Perouse, right, very nearly approaches that of a Negro whose hair is not woolly, right? And in other places, the color of the Indians, which is that of the Negro. So you got people who are Negro color but don't have Negro hair, right? Sounds familiar, right? Landgraf, who's visited San Francisco on the coast of California, confirms the observation of La Perouse, for he says the Indians there are very dark in complexion, approaching black. They have large protruding lips, broad flat noses, like broad project flat noses, indeed many of their features, as well as the physiognomy and almost their color, bear a strong resemblance to that of the Negro. Their hair, however, is long and straight. Do I need to say anything else? Let's continue, bro. Come at me with that weak ass shit, bro. Excuse my language. I'm gonna go ahead and share another screen. The Aboriginal Races of the America by Samuel George, right? The physical characteristics, okay? And it says, my bad. Let me start from the beginning. It is an adage among travelers that who has seen a tribe of Indians has seen all. So much do the individuals of the race resemble each other, meaning Indians all look like each other, bro. You cannot mistake an Indian for any other race, right? Notwithstanding their immense geographical distribution and those differences of climate, which embrace the extreme heat and cold, the half-clad Fuegian shrinking from his deary winter has the same characteristics, ligaments to the exaggerated degree as the Indians of the tropical plains, and these again resemble the tribes that inhabit the region west of the Rocky Mountains, those of the Great Valleys, and those again of the skirt of the Eskimos in the north. All possess long, lank black hair, brown cinnamon-colored skin, heavy brow, dull, sleepy eyes, and full compressed lips, and a salient dilated nose. These traits, moreover, are equally common to the savages, civilized nations, whether they inhabit the margin of rivers and feed on fish, rove in the forest, and subsist in the spoils of the chase. It cannot be questioned physical diversity do not occur equally singular and inexplicable, as seen different shades of color, varying from the fair tint of the complexion almost black. And this, too, under circumstances in which the climate has been little or no influence. So, also in reference to stature, the difference are remarkable in an entire tribe, which moreover are geographically proximate to each other. These facts, however, are more exception to the general rule and do not alter the peculiar physiognomy of the Indian, which has undivisionally characteristic as that of a Negro. You got to be kidding me right now, bro. You got to be kidding me right now. So you're telling me that these Indians that they're describing in this book look like Negroes but are not Negroes? For whether we see them in the athletic Carib, the stunted Cayman, or the dark Californian, or the fair Barboa, he is an Indian still and cannot be mistaken for any other race. What the heck are you talking about, my guy? Talking about Negroes and Indians, bro. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Now I'm gonna share another screen, man. Now, this is also from a PowerPoint presentation. This is from Geography on the Productive System, Roswell Smith, page 79, right? Where it talks about the American Indian or Indian race found in America is a deep copper color. Deep copper color. Do I have to go back to the slide that shows you the various ranges of copper colors, bro? Straight black hair, high cheekbones, eyes black and sunken, large faces, and robust. The African, right, or Negro race, they have jet black hair, jet black skin, low narrow foreheads, black woolly hair, thick lips, and long heels. I don't know where else I have to go to with this, bro. Stop sharing this, man. Now I'm gonna share my screen again, bro. This man, like, bro, you gonna sit here and tell me these people describe these people as so-called Negroes, but they ain't Negroes, bro? As you can see on this picture right here, hold on, let me put this mug in slideshow form. Current slide. Come on. You can see the clear distinct of an African and the clear distinct of an American, as it says on the bottom. AKA this person right here. This is oh my gosh, what's his name, man? I had the name for his brother, man. This is let me see. Indian Chief White Horse Eagle. This was when he was in Paris in 1920, bro. This is what they're describing as an American Indian? He looks like a Negro to me, and he would be classified as a Negro. But let's continue, bro. As you can see, there is a clear distinction in the racial features of these people. This man does not have a flat nose. This man does not have big-ass lips. And if you look at the elder of these so-called Africans, because I know you're going to go there saying, oh, there's two different people. One's an elder and one's a youth. This brother literally has thin lips, bro. But yet when you look at this, you can still see the lippage on this brother and the flat nose as it goes all the way up to his forehead. You can see the narrow forehead on this brother, man. I don't know what you want me to tell you, bro. And then here we go, making Indians white. Oh, man, I got to pull that slide up right now, bro. But this is Chief Osceola of the Seminole Indians. This is his portrait right here, bro. Making Indians white, right? But yet when you look at this next slide here, when he was seized in South Carolina, why is he portrayed darker than what he was in this picture? Let me pull up this damn source, man. Make no dang sense, bro. Let me look this up, man. And then it said, what, 1460? Page 1460? Yep, page 1460. Perfect. Perfect. All right. In Virginia alone, thousands of descendants of the enslaved Indians toiled along African slaves on plantations. I don't know what else to tell you, dog. Robin V. Hardaway repudiated this history and deemed the previous common institution illegal in all but few circumstances, inaugurating a line of cases that culminated in 1806. In the end, Virginia courts concluded that enslaved descendants of Native Americans prima facie free, judicially abolishing Indian slavery in Virginia. So let me get this straight. Is this where it goes into Indians on reservations who cannot be used as slavery? AKA, let me go into it because my grandmother said, right?
5 minutes. 5.
Okay. My grandmother said that my grandmother Pearl worked on these plantations to pick cotton, but they paid her and she lived on a reservation in Florida? Make that make sense, brother. Grandmother said ain't no damn lie. This precedent spread throughout the antebellum period. Courts of Connecticut, Louisiana, Missouri, New Jersey, South Carolina, and Tennessee, meaning that all these states all agreed that Indians cannot be slaves anymore, right? And debated whether maternal descent from Indians was sufficient to be maternal descent from American Indians was sufficient to be establishing freedom, aka grandmother. Isn't my grandmother maternal? I just want to point that out. Explaining the shift in racial bias of slavery was more difficult than observing it, right? The Robin and its successors claimed merely to be engaged in statutory interpretation, and Mason argued for Indians freedom from Indian freedom on the basis of liberation principles and Revolutionary War. This comment argues, however, that the ultimate grounds for this doctrinal innovation lay deeper in the changes demographically of the early Americas. Although the judge's motivation, Robin and its progeny solidified chattel slavery rather than weakening it, by making Indians legally white or black. As we shall see in some instances. How much time I got left, AP? AP?
You have 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Bet. Now I'm going to go to America being an accurate description by John Ogilvy, right? Let me open that up. Oh. Come on now, where is that source, man? Come on. The Indians white, Veronzo, Everett race. I cannot find this source right now. God damn it. Here we go. Come on, man. What? Damn. There we go. All right, bet. Boom. Still got some time. And we're gonna go to page 38 and 190 of this book, man. Oh, we're already at 190. All right, that knocks one out automatically, right? The Indians in Maryland are people generally of fright, able, and well-proportioned bodies. I just want to point out that F right there, is actually an S. Something exceeding the ordinary pitch of the English. Their complexion swarthy, their hair naturally long and black without curl, which generally they cut after some strange fanatical mode. Nay, sometimes they dye it red and other preposterous colors. They lacquer their skin with bear grease and other oils, which render them more tawny. Now, also with that, I also have a slide describing what tawny looks like. Oh Lord, hold up. Share screen, PowerPoint, perfect. As you can see here, the tawny skin tone. Tawny is not exclusive to any other race, right? But it seems that the American Indian is also another copper color, meaning tawny is a copper color. This is your tawny skin tone right here, bro, right? For it also includes that Black or African Americans can also be tawny, or what we call today light skin, right? Back to the source, page 38. Let me share screen. Now, if we go back to page 38, right?
Time.
All right.
Shout out to Trufu. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Oh man, here we go. We into the bottom of the third.
Oh my God, it's gonna be. This is it. Yo, AP. Before I do it, my bad. Talk your shit, AP. My bad, bro.
No, I'm just saying I ain't trying to cut away. I'll go ahead, do your thing.
All right. So before I start, right, I just want to make sure I can play my sound real quick. Sound check. You can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing. I ain't even started the time yet. Do your thing.
All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. And I'm gonna do exactly like you said. You gotta click that where you enable the audio.
It's like a little box.
All right. Now let me put my mic back in.
Hey, why you get that ready? Why can't let me respond?
I can tell you right now that it's going to work without a shadow of a doubt.
Let me respond to Sean P real quick, bro. Sean P, I did not say my grandmother was a slave. My grandmother
don't
was.
respond to him yet, bro. Don't respond.
You're right. You're right. My bad, YK. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you said, by the way, you can tell it's not going to work.
I can tell it is going to work. Go ahead, try it.
All right, bet.
Oh, I don't hear anything, brother. I don't hear anything. You sure you ain't got it muted on the screen? Let me look at your screen, Dylan. No, you got
What's
it
up,
on.
Trufu?
There it go. There it go.
What's up, Trufu?
Here, you're good.
That nigga YK gonna smoke you, nigga.
Damn. I started your time. You muted if you're speaking, YK. Let me pause this time.
All right, you can hear me?
Yeah, you was good. You was good to go.
All right, bet. So let's get it. I'm going to have to do it without the microphone. All right, let's go back down real quick. All right, so the brother showed the source, right? And it said that their hair were naturally long and black without curl. That doesn't sound like a black person to me. I'm sorry. We curl up. Now, this debate, brother, you were supposed to show that black people are aboriginal to this land. You didn't do it. You didn't show no studies that prove it. All you did was play the comparison game all day. Well, they said people was brown and tawny. That's still not proving it's you. It's not proving you. A young girl remains were found during archaeological excavations of a burial in present-day Alaska within a hearth feature dating back to 11,500 years. A community now called Upward Sun River in central Alaska, they say the girl was about 3 years old at the time of her death, which I can't pronounce the name, but it says, which loosely translates to the Sunrise Girl. With permission from the local indigenous community, researchers sampled the remains for genetic material. Their analysis published in 2018 showed that she was related to contemporary indigenous people. Hold that L. She was part of a previously unknown lineage that split from modern Native Americans about 20,000 years ago. Scientists have sequenced 15 ancient genomes spanning from Alaska. Right? Let's keep going. Additionally, a legal battle over a 10,600-year-old skeleton called the Spirit Cave Mummy has ended after advanced DNA sequences. So a legal battle. Because y'all always like to say, why you can't use this in court and this and that, right? Advanced DNA sequences found it was related to a Native American tribe. Now, show me any source you got that's 10,000 years old. You can't do it. It said the researchers were able to dismiss a long-standing theory that a group called Paleo-Americans existed in North America before Native Americans. The Kennewick man, closely related to Native Americans, 8,500-year skeleton found in Washington has been the subject of a new dispute. Now, genetic analysis of the ancient DNA suggests he is an ancestor of present-day Native Americans. We got another one. We conclude that the male infant buried 12,600 years ago, which covered Clovis artifacts, belonged to a meta-population from which many contemporary Native Americans are descended and is closely related to all indigenous American populations. See, I'm beating you up with science, not grandma said. So who were the first Americans? Genetic studies suggest that the first Americans arrived in America descend from an ancestral group of ancient Siberians and East Asians that mingled around 20,000 to 23,000 years ago. Right? Studies identify traces of indigenous Taino and present-day Caribbean populations. A 1,000-year-old tooth has provided genetic evidence that the so-called Taino, the first indigenous Americans to feel the full impact of European colonization, after Columbus arrived in the New World, still having living descendants in Caribbean today. So we got DNA, we got archaeology, we got all of this stuff that's proven, all of this evidence that's proven Black people are not Aboriginal to America, right? We got to have some integrity. We got to.
And when you look at the earliest fossils, the earliest documentations, and these portrayal and illustrations of these Indians, they're always coming back with Negroid features. Negroid doesn't necessarily mean that they're African. Negroid doesn't necessarily mean that they're African, but you know,
He starts stuttering when he lying and shit.
No, wait. Six money. It goes back to phenotype, because there are very distinct characteristics of an African and there are very distinct characteristics of an Indian. Now, I get, you know, some African people do look like, you know, American people, and American people do like some Africans.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
It goes back to phenotype, because there are very distinct characteristics of an African and there are very distinct characteristics of an Indian. It goes back to phenotype, because there are very distinct characteristics of an African and there are very distinct characteristics of an Indian. But at the same time, that doesn't make them that person. But at the same time, that doesn't make them that person. But at the same time, that doesn't make them that person.
I'll spell it for you. D-U-M-M-Y, period.
So if Negroid doesn't mean African, it damn sure doesn't mean they are Indian, which means look a shit dies by its own faulty logic. Let me give you an example. Right? You can't rely on appearances alone to understand the genetic backgrounds or ancient origins of a group, especially one that has changed over thousands of years. For example, the descendants of dark-skinned hunter-gatherers from Western and Central Europe, like Cheddar Man from 10,000 years ago, are now mostly found in the Baltic region among light-skinned Lithuanians and Estonians. Similarly, Southeast Asians, Negritos, who may appear African to many, are more closely related to East Asians and Europeans than Black Africans. This shows how misleading appearances can be. You got to hold that L, because we got something called convergent evolution, the independent development of similar traits or features as a body structure or behavior in unrelated or distinctively related species or lineages that typically occupy similar environments. So this is why they have this feature. So look at the color of these people. Yes, they have color, but they are not you. Hold that. You got convergent evolution. Now, this is from, go back to where you came from. This is a taxonomy and classification. So you got the 4 races of men. Beginning at the right, the men in the picture are arranged in the same order as the races mentioned in the text: Caucasian, Negro, Mongolian, and American Indian. So if Negro and American Indian was the same, why say Negro and American Indian? I've been beating this boy up all night, bro.
You gotta have some integrity. You gotta let this Aboriginal shit go. I'm showing you, you are not those people. Now, 1869, our new West. The Mexicans are a mulatto-ish race, an apparent cross between Indians and Negroes. So if Indians and Negroes are the same, why are they saying Indians and Negroes? Yo, stop playing with me, man. Now, this is another classification, right? Mammalia primates, homos. Now, when you look at this, it shows you what they are. It says, I'm giving you little examples. A fur, that's Africa, means black or sable. So all of these things are showing you're not those people. More looker shit. Look at these people. They got the features of those people, right? Hold that L. Look at his features. Got the features of those people. If you want to do the looker shit, we can do the looker shit all night. Look at the Lenape. This is a painting. Look at the features. Yeah, they got a little bit of pigmentation. But is this you, Soldier Boy?
6 minutes and 30 seconds. 6 minutes.
This is John White. Illustration of an Algonquin. This you, A1? This you, Ahanu? Yeah, that's you. You the Algonquin, right? Whole lot. This is an Apache man who would be dark-skinned. Is he a black person? Nope. Checkmate. Let's play the looker shit. Olmecs and mixed Mexicans. Light skin may be legacy of Native American ancestors. Walking down a busy street in most Latin American cities today, and you'll see a palette of skin colors from dark brown to sepia to cream. For 500 years, people have assumed this variation comes from meeting and mixing of Native Americans, Europeans, and Africans during colonial times. People with lighter skin are thought to have more European ancestry, whereas those with darker skin are to have more Native American or African ancestry. So we know they're going to have some type of similarity with color, but you're still not proving it's you. I don't think you understand what I'm saying here. You're still not proving it's you. You stuck at step one. You stuck at observation. You stuck there. That's what you've been showing all night. And I'm beating you up with your own look of shit and sources. So let's get to it. Physical characteristics. This is an inquiry into the distinctive characteristics of the Aboriginal race of America. 1799, 1851. It says, those of the Great Valley of the Mississippi and those again which the skirts the Eskimo on the north all possess alike the long, lank black hair and brown or cinnamon color. See, y'all all fell with the hair. See, y'all might have got away with it if they didn't have hair that looked like, a horse. See, look at this guy. Even he looks like he got pigmentation. North American Indians right here. Zanzibar. Look at your brother OTK. He looks straight out the Congo. Look at him and look at all of these other Africans right there. And this nigga don't think he African. Stop playing with me, man. Now let's go to Negro Mania, 1851. Now it says, the recently born infants are a reddish brown color, which after a while becomes whiter. Oops. And then gradually assumes that tint, which is not perfectly uniform amongst all the Indians, which for want a better approximation, we call copper color. So are you copper color or are you black? The nature of the hair is perhaps one of the most permanent characteristics of different races. The hair of the Negro has been termed woolly. Stop playing with me, man. You want to talk about California Indians? Yeah, I told you I was going to have your whole arguments mapped out, right? I do this. American Indians. It says they were of medium stature, awkwardly shaped, with scrawny limbs. They had dull faces with fat and round noses and looked much like Negroes. So if you look like a Negro, you can't be the Negro. If they're comparing you to that person, this is common sense. But look at the hair, though. Look at the hair, though. The natural color is dark, inclining to copper color, right? Wherein they differ from mulattoes. Now, let's look at the hair. The inhabitants have jet black hair, harsh like horsehair. They are broad shoulder, small waist. Look at that. They have a beard, no beard. We got a beard. Long hair. This is a painting from 1591. Did you show any paintings? Did you show what they look like? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You showed this, but look, it still says that you're an African. Because if I look at you and I look at the person on the top, he's going to look more like you than the person, number 5, the Indian. Stop playing, man, with this looker stuff. Now it says right here, this is from the History and Travel into Virginia, right? It says, their hair is black, gross, long, and thick. The men have no beards. Their noses are broadly flat and full at the end. Lips, great big lips, wide mouths, yet nothing so unsightly as the Moors, Africans. Stop playing. Now, let's go right here because I had to show something. All right, let's look at this. Anybody can grow dreads because y'all like to show the little Mayans with dreads and shit. Now, this is a first figure evidence comes from Greece and dates back to similar periods as the Veda text. So it said they had dreadlocks back then. We saw dreadlocks in Creation God. Anybody can grow dreadlocks just by stopping combing. This applies to any ethnicity in any hair type. Hold that one. Y'all want to talk about the food we eat and these Africans, they eat. Look at the people in Brazil. This is from 1594. Theodore the Bride. They was eating people, bruh. You want to talk about monkey brains? They even had the little babies out there eating that. Look at the babies. This is in Brazil. Got them. Who first discovered America? It said, pre-Columbian statues depicting bearded men are to him important evidence as the agents. The typical American Indian had little or no facial hair. This is cross-referencing. Cross-referencing. We could do this all night. This is Verrazano. Well, he brought up Verrazano. It said they are dark color, not much unlike the Ethiopians, and had black and thick and not very long hair. Now it says right here, listen to this. This is going to be a checkmate. From what we were able to learn by experience, they were simple. Time. Damn. I had so much more. God, Lord. All right, Trufu, you got a 5-minute rebuttal. Then we get into the answering question rounds. Shout out to Trufu. If you want to screen share, you can. You got a 5-minute rebuttal. Whenever you start, I'm going to start.
Yup. Because this man, YK, is obviously delusional, saying that I didn't show any sources about the Aboriginals, people being of Negro descent. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the source back on the screen for this brother to read himself because it don't make no sense. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. No, this is the right one. This is the right one. Right? It doesn't make sense. Oh no, this is the wrong one. Stop sharing. George.
I apologize, Tom.
Let me see. Is that right?
You said you wanted me to read it?
No, you don't have to read it. I'm gonna read it myself. But I just wanted to just point it out for you. Let's see. Research and
it's going to show that they are those people.
No questions to the question and answer round. Sorry.
Okay, cool then, right? So boom, right? I guess he didn't understand the part where, these people, where they said that they believed that there were no Aboriginal or Black or Negroes found on this continent, right? But yet, if we continue to scroll down in the source, bro, Dakota Indians and California missions and all that stuff, approaching black, they have protruding lips and broad, flat Negro noses. Indeed, many of the features, as well as the physiognomy, however, they have long, straight hair, bro. You cannot sit here and classify every black person who has woolly hair as an African. I don't understand. You have black people that have long, straight hair, bro. I could literally pull a picture of my grandmother's. I can pull up a picture of my grandmother herself, bro. But anyway, right? I had but slight examination. They appear to resemble very nearly the blacks of Hindustan, of whom a few Mauritans only have fallen under personal observation. But it is well known that many Hindustan's race are only distinguished by the straightness of hair from the Africans, for they are not less black. This circumstances has been noticed by Strobo as the distinction of the two races, as we cannot admit for a moment that these American blacks were ever driven by stress of weather across the Pacific Ocean to California, meaning they did not come here because of stress or any other reason. They've been here, unless it has been proved that they are descendants of the Negroes left by the Spaniards, which in this little caption right here, they already said they would not leave precious cargo up along the shores of California or anywhere else of that, right? American blacks were ever driven by stress weather across the Pacific Ocean, California, unless it is proved that descendants of Spaniards, right? It will follow of necessity that they have been settled in America from the earliest ages. In another part of America, if reliance can be placed upon the correctness of the relation, a race of blacks were seen at the earliest period of our history, that it seems impossible to avoid the conclusion that they were Aboriginal. Meaning that there were Aboriginal, and I'll highlight the word, blacks in the Americas. So I don't know where you're going with this so-called rebuttal round you went through, where you just clearly mocked me with a Kevin Hart video, and you clearly gathered a bunch of information, because at the end of the day, if you notice about the history of Americas, pre-1600s, it was a bunch of Negro-looking people. Hence why this book talks about 1511. But after the 1600s, all of a sudden you have these Mongoloid people who I also showed in my slide. Hold on, let me represent this mug just in case. Who I showed in this slide. Dark as an Ethiopian. Hold on, I don't think you see it clearly. Dark as an Ethiopian, but with the features of a Mongoloid. So I don't know where you're going with this, bro. I don't know where you're going with this. And then I showed you this brother who's a Seminole Indian. Then I showed you the Yamasee Wars, where they portray Negro-ish looking people, but they call them Indians. Then I showed you this picture as well of Chief Eagle Whitehorse in the 1920s. I don't get it. Then you have this picture right here where you see a so-called Negro-ish looking person, flat nose and everything, just like this dude right here that's African, but with long straight hair. So for you to say that woolly hair is only exclusive to dark brown people is wrong. I don't get it. I am around right there, man.
Shout out to Trufu, man, and shout out to YK, man. We got to get into the answering and question round. Y'all brothers ready for that one? Got a 15-minute doozy. Y'all get to ask 2 questions.
I got to use the restroom real quick.
Go ahead, take your time. We're gonna take a quick couple-minute break. Y'all can ask questions 2 in a row before it moves on to the next person to screenshot. YK pretty much already know how this shit go. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Drop them fire emojis, man. What's going on? So let's get to it, man. Let's play a little. That's the sound. Oh, that was the time. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's finish this thing up properly. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Let's get it. We're going to play a little music, and we'll be on our way out the door in just a second. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Let's get it. Shout Yo, the shot dropping. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button, drop those fire emojis. We're about to get into the question and answering round. Listen, for those that's in the chat listening, and if y'all want to ask any one of these brothers a question, the only way we're going to get your questions to get answered and to be asked if you use super chat. All right. So that's just how we're going to rock this. So shout out to everybody in the building. Trufu, YK, are y'all with us? What's the word?
Man, I'm chilling, big man.
I'm good, bro.
All right, y'all
ready. I'm ready to throw the dirt on top of the casket, bro.
Let's get it, man. I'm about to start the time.
Him and his one sauce.
You got 15 minutes. You get 2 questions back to back. Try to keep your questions within 60-second confinement, and try to keep your answers within the 60-second confinement if you can. Okay. So shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get it started. Whenever y'all first ask the first question time, we'll start. Whoever want to go first.
Let me go first. Let me go first. All right. So the brother, this is the question, right? Are you saying that something valuable was never left at a place?
That's the question?
That's the question.
Something of value was never left at a place.
Yeah, are you saying that because something of value? Are you saying because something was of value, that means that it can't be left to? So my question is, are you saying that just because something is of value, does that mean it can't be left to a place, brother?
I'm not saying that at all, actually, because when you look at the so-called mounds that were built by the mound builders of Mississippi, that was left, right? We look at the pyramids that was left in Mexico, that was left. When you look at the statues and sculptures of the people in Peru and across South America, that was left, right? But it did not portray the same people who are there today. So no, I didn't say that something of value cannot be left, because it can be left. But the thing is, YK, when you talk about value being left, what if we're talking about African Americans being Aboriginal to America, right?
Is that
the
your
Siberians,
question? Is that your question?
No, I'm going to my question. I'm going to my question now, right? So now that we understand that something of value can be left, right?
Checkmate.
Why is it that Siberians didn't leave the pyramids, the statues, the mounds over in Siberia, or the Africans left the Olmec statues, the pyramids, the mounds, and the sculptures over there, and brought it to America?
So is that your question?
That's my question.
All right. For one, you have what we call different time frames. Everybody don't have to create stuff the same time. You know, just because you didn't see it then doesn't mean that they can't make it later. You know what I mean? That's a faulty way of looking at it. Well, you see it in America. How come you don't see it somewhere else? Maybe that's when they decided to make it. It's simple, brother. Now I got another question, right? My question is this, because I got to get a good question. What in a source that you showed about the Africans not being, the people being American, wouldn't that kind of prove? It's the way I'm trying to put it. Wouldn't that fall under lookership as well? Because he's seen people that looked black. Wouldn't that still be lookership, brother?
Okay. My answer to that is no, because there is no definite definition for lookership.
No. Wouldn't that be wouldn't that be observation, since you want to be funny?
Okay. Wouldn't that be observation? It would be observation, because every scientific theory runs off of an observation. When you look at these so-called people who left these statues and paintings and murals behind, it begs the question, who are they portraying? Those people that they portrayed in these murals do not match the people that are in those living areas today, especially when you consider the expedient amount of events during the history of mankind. So my question to you now is, how can genetics, right, DNA, place the so-called the American Negro to the Aboriginal people who are described to look like Negroes if they're not living?
Because you have what I've showed you. I showed you genetic tests that was done on not only on deceased people. I gave you over 3 people that were found thousands of years ago. So they used their DNA and compared it with the people that's living today. But you, sir, was stuck at step number 1, is observation. And observation alone doesn't prove you are those people. And you said that. So your only evidence was lookership. You try to get away with it and say, well, there's no definition for observation. So YK showed you observation. I showed you genetics. I showed you archaeology. I showed you testimonies. But you're still stuck at step 1, brother. Have integrity. That's the last questions, right?
I just want to point out, you say have integrity, but I showed you two sources.
We can say that for the 15 minutes. Aren't we gonna go back and forth? How that's gonna work? When AP, you there?
Yeah. Hello.
I guess he stepped away for a second.
I guess so. You say have integrity,
but okay, all right. So hold on. Somebody in the chat,
sources
somebody
that showed that Aboriginals included a so-called black race.
All right. So, but that's still observation, brother.
But that's not observation. That's ethnology. Ethnology is a science.
All right. We got a question. Somebody got a question. Is to Trufu. Where is your primary evidence of Negroes always being in America? What tools did you use to come with that conclusion?
I literally used the source of not Samuel George. Research, philosophical, and antiquities of the Aboriginal races of America. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. And the source is using not lookership or observation. It is using ethnology. Ethnology is the science of characteristics of people.
That's observation. That's lookership.
It's not lookership. Lookership has no definition, so you need to stop saying that word. Lookership does not have a definition.
You know what I mean, though. It's observation, brother.
But it's a science, is it not?
It's only one. You're on step one.
Ethnology is a science, is it not?
It's step one.
That's not step one. Ethnology itself is a science. Is
all
it
right?
not?
So, all right, you watch this debate, right? Truthful. I mean, you watch my part as well as I watch your part. Right. We both know if you have integrity, that I really sourced up, brother. Like it wasn't just lookership. So I mean, that's when I start saying you got to have integrity, where you got eyes to see, brother. You got ears to hear. So I know you see what's being presented and you hear what's being presented. So why act like it wasn't, brother?
So are you saying that ethnology, that DNA debunks the whole science of ethnology? Is that what you're saying?
I just literally, I gave you more than just DNA. This is why I just said to you, you got ears to hear.
I could pull up DNA too. I could pull up archaeology from Alexander von Wuthenu, and he said
Yeah, 6 minutes and 45 seconds. 6 minutes and 45 seconds.
I could pull up Alexander von Wuthenu and how he depicts and how he says that all and he sources up with a bunch of archaeologists who say that all of these statues that are found in Mexico are Aboriginal black people who are Negro.
Right, but hold on. That's what you were supposed to bring in the debate. Don't tell me about it now. I was supposed to be able to look at that, and I can observe that like you like to do, and then find the evidence that proves this bullshit. But you didn't let me do that because you didn't bring it to the debate, brother. You didn't.
I did bring it to the debate. I gave you two sources that literally said that there was a Negro race of people who are Aboriginal to the Americas.
That's observation. That's observation.
Is that not ethnology, which is a science?
That's two less. It's
is
not
that
enough,
ethnology,
brother.
which is not a science? Is ethnology not a science then?
We don't believe you. You need more people, brother.
Is ethnology not a science then?
You're telling me that we had a
answer the question. If he's asking you a question, let's keep it on the questions, y'all. Come on.
Nah, but I thought this is the back and forth.
Oh yeah, it is. I forgot. My bad.
So my thing is this.
Go ahead.
So,
starting.
All right, damn. I just lost my thought, but it's cool.
My bad.
What I gotta say is this, right? Go ahead. What was I? Damn, AP, you threw that monkey wrench in this shit. Go ahead.
Well, your time didn't start till 5 minutes down, but I was gonna go ahead and let y'all start.
Go ahead, Trufu. What you were saying, bro?
Okay.
Now the 55 minutes left.
I actually want to present something real quick because somebody.
It's too late, brother.
It's too late. No, I wanted to clarify something. All right, because the brother sat there and said that I said that there were African slaves in California when that wasn't true. What I said was, according to the book, is that quote unquote in the expedition is the earliest account we have Negroes having been sent to part of America. but there is no reason to think any of them were left ashore as they were precious, valuable.
What year was that? What year was that?
1535.
Was there Africans in America at that time?
Cortez.
Was there Africans in America at that time?
Because at the time, Africans were being shipped to the Indies and South America, not North America, California.
So he did not come with Negroes on his ship?
It's not saying that. It's saying that he would not leave Negroes on the shores of California.
So that means
and then at that too, hold on, about 70 years after the voyage of Cortez, the voyage of Descendants describes the Cormacetta took place. Apparently, much too short of time for Negro villages to have been built.
Does that mean he had Negroes with him?
He had Negroes with him, but he wouldn't leave them ashore.
Exactly. Now, hold on. Now, for you to say that because they were too valuable, he didn't. You don't have evidence that he did or he didn't. That's just what we call speculation. It's speculation for you to say, "Well, he ain't leave none because that's speculation."
That's not me saying it. That's the book.
That's a book that's clearly speculating.
That's not speculation.
And that is not evidence.
That is not speculation. Because you sat there and said that Negroes are described by their woolly hair. And yet when you read the source, it says that these people who were looking like Negroes did not have woolly hair.
You don't know what speculation is, brother?
I know what speculation is. YK.
So for them to say, well, because it's valuable, he wouldn't leave. That's speculation, brother. That doesn't mean he left them or not. That is not evidence. There's a methodology to this. You got to have integrity.
So I guess it's just also speculation that he concluded that there are Aboriginal black people to the Americas. Is that what you're saying? That's speculation as well?
How did he prove it?
He literally stated, and I quote,
so is a statement proof? If somebody states something,
the circumstances have been noticed by Strabo and the distinction between the two races, aka Africans and Indians, as we cannot admit for a moment that these American blacks were ever driven by strength.
That's observation. That's all it is.
How was that observation, bro?
So my thing is this: what proof did you bring besides observation?
What proof did you bring to prove that these statements are wrong? Then,
all right, I brought genetics. I brought archaeology. I brought anthropology. I brought
and I did too. I brought anthropology.
Hold on, brother. Let me finish. I brought slave narratives to show you that these people said they came from somewhere else. You didn't show not one source of them people saying we was already here, brother.
Yes,
all you got is what the white man told you, that pencil whip your peoples out of history.
Yes, I did, bro. So you're gonna tell me that white man pencil whipped us? So you're telling me that white man? Hold on. So you tell me that white man pencil whipped us into excluding us out of history, but you're believing in a white man history saying that all Negro-looking people are slaves when you have clearly books that describe Negro-looking people already being on this land?
You gotta read the whole. You gotta read the whole to make it make sense. For one, you gotta read your entire source.
I did.
It was slaves, and it was slaves. It was Africans here at that time. Now, if you would have showed me evidence or source that they said these things before Africans were brought to America, you might have had one,
sir.
But you didn't, brother.
All of these sources take place before the slave trade of 1619 in the Americas.
But Africans were still here.
No, they were not, sir, because the first African did not reach the shores of North America until 1619.
So who was Esteban? Who was Estebanico? Who was that? Who was that, brother?
I don't know. Go ahead. Explain to me in the chat who was Estebanico.
He was an African, a black African explorer who was brought here, and he was killed by Indians.
What year?
I think it was 1524. I got to get the exact date for you. I took it out my PowerPoint. I took it out my PowerPoint.
That's time. Shout out to everybody in the building. That's officially the debate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes. And you guys have 2 minutes to go vote. The poll is now going to be put in the chat. right now as we speak, and I'm starting the timer. You brothers can congratulate you brothers. I just want to say I congratulate you brothers. YK, you already came in and did your thing as usual. Trufu, hey brother, very good work. You surprised me. You stood in us strong, beating on this guy. Hey, it was a good one, man. Y'all was fighting in that motherfucker. Y'all was beating on each other. It was a good one, man. It was a real good one. Shout out to you guys for coming in and putting on a nice show for the family. And shout out to everybody that purchased and supported the debate. We do appreciate that. Shout out to everybody in the building. And yeah,
and
man,
thank you, AP, man. We appreciate you, man.
Hey,
Thank
you, AP. Hey, YK, good stuff, my brother. Good stuff. I knew this wasn't going to be an easy debate, man. I knew this wasn't going to be easy. So,
hey, let me say this right quick before we close out. We're gonna play a quick little music, give y'all enough time to vote unbiasedly and get y'all minds right as y'all comb through what y'all went through. It was a lot of information. 3 rounds. Go through it. Take your time. Go through it. Shout out to everybody in the building. We'll be right back in just a second. Hey, support. Donate to the host, man, if you want to do the most. We'll be right back in a second.
Whatever it takes.
Right, this shit crazy.
Feel nothing at all. For my pain, it don't feel nothing at all. Yeah. For my pain, it don't feel nothing at all. For these niggas, nah, ain't nothing but God. I had to move around with nothing but frauds. I tried to bring the team together, get my vision involved. I gave a plan, but niggas scrambled. It's time to pick up that call. We can't get 1,500 in a 6-week span. Time to pay up, everybody go, I be down. I should've seen it. All I got is Rain, Slim, Tim, you know it's Teach. I got Tay and I got Lee. I got Deja and Salih. I got Foreign and got Feet. They say your name, that's cause you preach. Them niggas folded under heat. No umbrella, let them shots rain down. You believe the dream, just stand up. If not, lay down. Let it rain down. You my nigga, then just say it. You ain't got it, then just say it. Let it rain down. Yeah. My nigga, then just say it. Let it rain down. Let it rain down.
Right, this shit crazy.
Yeah. We gotta weather the storm. If you don't understand, get better informed. I'm from the trench, and my trust really weathered and torn. With my niggas from the sandbox, trying to put this shit on top some water, but we laying low. We all want the same shit, but can't get on the same page. How bad do y'all really want it? Niggas just be saying things, replacing with y'all lives now. If it's that, I'll pipe down. Yeah, I was chilling for a minute, but I'm live now. Niggas talking about the past, come get with me right now. Come and really see my grind. Come and see me live now. I'm live now. I'm live now. Come and see me live now. Ain't no umbrella, let them shots rain down. You believe the dream, then stand up. If not, lay down. Feel it rain down. You my nigga, then just say it. You ain't got it, then just say it. Let it rain down. Yeah. Ain't no umbrella, let them shots rain down. You believe the dream, then stand up. If not, lay down. Feel it rain down. If you my nigga, then just say it. You ain't got it, then just say it. Let it rain down. Let it rain down. Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all already know what y'all tuned into. Big Aboriginal Power Debate League, man. We got the votes in officially. And according to what I got right now in the vote, it is 26 cast votes. And for Trufu, 50%. For YK, 50%.
Right, this shit crazy.
Shout out to you, brother. It's the time.
All right, peace.
Anything y'all want to say before we roll out?
Nah, good shit, bro.
Hey, yeah,
you know, a tie over here is a win, so I ain't.
Hey, shout out to YK, man. I knew this wasn't gonna be an easy debate, man.
Shout out to you, bro, man. You did your thing. I appreciate you, bro.
Well, I appreciate everybody in the chat for voting unbiasedly. We really appreciate y'all unbiased opinions on the information has delivered, has perceived, and how they hit the points. We do appreciate y'all in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Before we go, we about to get ready to get up out of here. Shout out to everybody in the building. We gone, y'all. Peace.
Yo, AP.
Yes, sir.
Just check your text, bro.
All right, yeah, no problem, brother.